works for the chief crab inspector. We talked about that earlier.
That's what they called me in college. So weird.
So we're back.
We're back again.
Hey, man, welcome back. It's been a while. Dan, it's been a couple years now, 2-3 years.
Yeah, man.
Well, it's good.
A lot of things happened.
You guys squash that beef?
Yeah,
That's cool now?
yeah.
We've always been cool, but I think it was time for a personal reset for both of us.
Yeah. It kind of seems like, sometimes life throws you curveballs and you have
Took
to
some
make
time,
adjustments.
find yourself,
Yeah.
backpacking,
Something like that.
Yeah.
all that stuff.
Something like that.
Let me tell you about the people here at the dinner table. We've got Brian Smith, writer,
Hello, everyone.
actor, director. He does it all.
Yeah, try.
Jack
it
of all
all.
trades, master of all.
We got Chef Josh Santiago from Grain. Really got to get in that microphone.
How you doing?
There he
Chef
is.
Josh
Josh Santiago here.
Hey, what's going on? And then as our musical
Rico
guest
Suave.
today, we have the mighty Joe Castro in the studio.
How you doing? Cheers.
So we always do a shot in the beginning. So here we go. Dorks and Forks. Welcome back.
Cheers. Salud.
Yeah. Oh, good Lord. We'll be right back, Dorks and Forks. And we're back, Dorks and Forks. So what's going on?
What is going on, Brian?
You know, we got a lot of talent here in the room. You know, Chef Josh over here. Welcome back, Chef.
Thanks, dude.
Dude, so last time we had you in here, it was it was during our unaired episode. I think I have the file around there, but it was
golden. Yeah.
Dude, it was like-
only the golden chosen ones have seen it.
I participated in it.
it was wild.
Yeah.
I think it was like 3 hours long.
What happened?
All the things.
All the things.
All
I
the
think
things.
we
All
We
the
couldn't
things,
get the
Joe.
charcoal started. It started raining.
Yeah.
Bunch of stuff. There was some alcohol involved.
yeah,
Just some.
we drank it. It was a good time.
Just
It
some.
was great. That was some of the nicest foods you guys have ever seen, though.
Oh yeah,
It was-
a
oh my
chimichurri, right?
Yeah, we did the chimichurri square
Yeah.
steak.
Oh,
We
so
did,
good.
We did,
Oh.
ginger glazed carrots.
I'm tasting it again right now, actually.
I
Yeah,
hear
that
your
does sound
mouth
good.
noises. I have that
Oh.
disease.
The mouth noise disease. That's
So what do you got for us tonight? What do you have planned?
Tonight, I got some bronzino. We're going to roast them whole with some za'atar. Za'atar is a very popular, trendy spice right now, which I think is foolish, but it's great.
What's that? What kind of spice is that? What's that like?
Oh, I'm going to tell you. So za'atar, I think it's foolish that it's such a trend, but it's flavors that I grew up with all my life. It's always sumac,
Mhm.
sesame,
Mm.
and thyme.
Classics.
But I added a bunch of stuff from my repertoire, a bunch of stuff that my palate appreciates, a bunch of stuff that you might never heard of,
okay.
and a bunch of stuff that you already love. So you're going to love it on the Bronzino. We're going to have some fun with it.
That looks real good. Yeah, it's like I'm looking it up here on bonappetit.com, and it's like traditional Eastern Mediterranean spice blend.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
My
It's-
favorite
it's
thing about
delicious.
spices is being of Portuguese descent. My ancestors were subject to all of the spices
Yeah.
because they were such a huge part of the spice trade.
Absolutely. Totally on
Everybody
that
went
route.
to us,
Yeah.
or them, or my ancestors. Can't take all the credit, but everybody went to them for the ships.
Yeah.
And when you didn't have money, you traded in spices.
Right. And then coming out of the Mediterranean area, you gotta go
Yeah.
past
You're right on the
Portugal.
coast,
And,
yeah.
Right there.
In my head, the composition of the dish that I'm going to make for you guys tonight is great because za'atar spice is Mediterranean and bronzino is Greek.
Yeah.
So let's put it all together. What
That's
grows
great.
together goes together.
Yeah.
That's great.
And we got some great pictures of the process along the way. So everybody that's listening, make sure you check us out on Instagram at Dorks and Forks. And of course, follow us on Facebook, facebook.com/Dorks and Forks. Brian.
Yeah, and for those who don't, what's that?
My Instagram is MV
Oh, yeah,
Chef Joshua. Please check me out. I got lots of stuff up there. All my food and everything you want to see about who I am, how I get down. How you
Some beautiful stuff. Beautiful stuff on there for sure. So we'll make sure we plug that again as we go throughout the show too. So we're gonna let the chef go do his thing, Brian.
Yeah, it's actually I just kind of wanted to bring up some people might not know what a branzino is.
Sure.
It's also known as the peerless fish, the branzino or European sea bass. It's an iconic Mediterranean fish that ranges from 1 to 3 pounds. It is a delicate white flesh and a mild, almost sweet flavor.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be
They're
great.
usually served. I remember I worked at I think Columbus Inn, and we used to do a whole, you get whole roast branzino, very fancy. A lot of people didn't like it because it was like your fish was looking back at you when you're trying to eat it, but it's not like it was moving. You know, not like that weird Japanese food or anything. You know what I'm saying?
So if it does move, what do we do?
Just kill it. Just kill it.
Stab it.
Destroy it with fire.
Chef.
Stab it. No, I'm really excited.
Yeah, well, thanks.
Yeah, it
We
sounds
won't
awesome.
hold you back any longer.
You got
If
it.
you
Coming
wanna
right
go.
up, you guys.
Nice. And then once you get that stuff in the oven, come back and join us, all right?
You got it.
Cool. Thank you, Chef.
So what's going on, Brian?
Other Brian.
Yeah, I was telling you guys earlier, I was out there filming and all that heat yesterday.
What were you filming?
A short film.
Oh, yeah?
I was playing the sound guy, and we were
Playing the sound guy,
Yeah.
or you were the sound guy?
I was playing the sound guy.
So it's like a film about making a film.
It's like it's a mockumentary, and I was playing the sound guy for our documentarian. I guess that's the right word.
Sure.
And he was following this outback family,
Okay.
and oh man, we was out in that heat running. It was like 115 degrees
Oh,
out there,
Lord.
maybe even hotter.
Yeah, it was nasty.
Yeah, out here on the East
Who is
Coast,
this for?
it's
What do you
been
wanna-
crazy.
It's for
Heat wave.
it's for a guy named Ryan Hunter.
Okay.
Yeah, he,
I think I'm friends with him on Facebook.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, probably are. He,
different schools together.
he does a lot of film stuff. But yeah, we shot that. It was all day, but the heat was unbearable at some points. It was tragic.
Did you have
Bless you.
lines and stuff, or they just improvising?
Yeah,
just sort of going.
I had a bunch of lines. We improvised a little bit. Not too much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it was just too hot. It was way too hot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I might have lost 30.
You think so?
That's good.
You know, I
It's
noticed
not
that you
bad.
kind of
I try to sit in the heat
You know,
and lose 30 pounds.
I
Don't
opened the
work.
door when you showed up, and I was like, "Yo, he's looking svelte.
He felt trim.
Must have dropped like 20."
They're all water weight. There you go. Sweat it out.
That's awesome. So when
It
can we
was all
expect
fun.
this film to come out? Where can we find it? Do we know any? You don't know yet?
I don't know too many details.
All
Maybe October.
Okay.
When it gets finished. So we'll find out then. When I find out, I'll let you guys know too.
Yeah,
Dig it.
I mean,
Yeah, we'll give everybody the update.
I'm certainly one who knows all about that when it comes to film. Like it's going to happen when it happens.
Yeah.
You know, that's where I first met Brian. Was he came and auditioned for our film, The After Party,
Right.
and 30 minutes short, kind of a futuristic take on something that used to happen. Like my friend Dante wrote it. He used to party back on Madison Street and in Newark, and those people who know Madison.
Yeah.
So he had this experience where he would do. I think it was like
Acid or something.
it was like not cat. It was like
Oh. What was it? Ketamine.
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 Yeah.
Oh goodness.
So basically, he wrote this script about this time he was on Madison, him and his friends doing ketamine, and so I kind of got a hold of the script, and we said let's kind of try to put it in the near future, kind of come Black Mirror it up a little bit, and it's gonna be a lot of fun. So
It's a very hilarious script.
yeah, we start shooting. I was hoping for June, but things got really busy at work, so now we're kind of shooting for August. We're gonna start. Brian's scenes are coming up. We have some exteriors we're gonna do. We're gonna do the kitchen scene in August, and then there's this pool table scene that we're gonna.
Is that
try
something
to-
you're shooting?
Yeah, some I'm
Oh, awesome.
directing, producing, and all
That's
that
super
stuff.
cool,
So,
man.
yeah, I've got some great people involved in it, and because you're only as strong as the people around you,
Of course,
especially
yeah.
when it comes to film. So I'm pretty fortunate.
Definitely a
There's
great
some people.
cast.
Yeah, with the amount of
Definitely
people
great
involved
cast.
with making films, I'm always surprised that any film comes out well with that many people involved. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You start seeing
Oh,
the
yeah.
credit, you're just like, I don't know how they can get it. Like, it's just a miracle any good movie gets
Yeah.
made.
But it's tons of fun.
Oh, yeah.
Especially when the chemistry is there. Oh my God. You can shoot a movie all day, practically do nothing, and it still come out great because most of the time you're just having fun. You just got to remember your lines.
Yeah.
And you're blocking. You're blocking is important.
I've done some small stuff, just like local, same kind of thing, like local films back in the day. When they used to do that Newark Film Festival.
Oh,
You
yeah.
remember that way
Yeah, I
back
do
in the
remember
day?
that
Yeah.
way
Yeah.
back.
I did a couple
Yeah.
little things for that, but
Yeah.
I love film. That's awesome.
Speaking of, way back in the day, Joe Castro.
Yeah.
You and I go back. Like I just ran back into you. I was
Yeah.
shooting Squirrel Nut Zippers. I interviewed
Yeah.
Jimbo Mathis, and at Ardmore. I'm huge.
That was totally funny running into you. You came up and you're like, "Hey, I'm Brian." I was like, "Oh yeah, you are, man. I remember you, of course." Damn, it's been like, "What are you doing here?" It's like really random. That's the thing about Delaware. Like, no matter where you go, I've run into people from Delaware.
Yeah.
All over the world. Like you could be like at Penn Station and run into someone. You're like,
Small wonder.
yeah. You always run into someone in Delaware.
Yeah. No, it was a blast. I was like, I didn't recognize you because you're all like dab. You were doing your big band swing thing.
Yeah.
You know, and I really knew you from that early to mid '90s.
Nero and that kind of stuff.
Newark music scene.
Newark music
Yeah,
scene.
it was like, we had Nathan Gray on the show before.
Yeah,
and,
I remember mentioning that.
And
Billy, right, from New Sweden.
Yeah, New Sweden.
Yeah, we go way back. I used to play with his band, 99 Degrees, all the time
with
back
Dave
in the day.
Sanchez and all that
and him
stuff.
and his brother and stuff. And then we played New Sweden, I think, a couple times too. He's a good guy.
I love
Billy. He's a super solid.
Yeah, we
dude.
kind of played a prank on him in that episode. Still one of my favorite Dorks and Forks episodes when New Sweden came on.
Oh, I love those guys.
So we did like this pop quiz. Like, how much does New Sweden know about
New Sweden.
And I told the banjo
like
player
0.
So I told the banjo player all of the answers
Right.
beforehand and didn't let him.
He's just like,
And I didn't
it.
tell him. I didn't tell anyone that I told him those answers. And we were doing like random in 1702.
What was
Count blah blah blah? What did blah? What law did he put in effect? And he was just like, and he would say it, and Billy was just like, he was like, "How do you know that?" It was hilarious. It was hilarious. One of my favorites. If you ever get a chance to listen,
He's like, I do my research.
That's right.
But Joe Castro, you've been busy, so like, because you've got a new book out.
Yeah.
Everything we love is slowly becoming fiction.
Yeah, it's a book that's a collection of the collage art I do from it's a 10-year retrospective from 2007 to 2017, and it has it's like 120 pages, 124 pages, something like that, a collection of artwork as well as interviews that I've done with different blogs and websites over the years, that kind of thing. I got a couple copies if you want to see.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
fantastic. I was just saying, I'm trying to bring up your Facebook page here.
Nah, I can't.
There we go.
Oh my god!
Let me take a picture.
I get to keep this.
Yeah,
No.
sure, man. Yeah.
Are you going to sign it?
Just
Are you gonna
PayPal.
sign
It's
it?
already signed. It was a limited edition, so they're all signed in numbers. So
I got
there's, like,
53
only-
out of 150. I wish, but you have to be like, "Hey, Brian, thanks for having me on your podcast."
I could do that later.
I'll
I'll do that. I'll write you a private message
so
later.
much.
Thank you so much.
Whatever
This is cool.
whatever you want.
Now,
I'll make it like a Christmas card.
Joe, when you came, you also
Yeah.
brought
First of all,
some.
it's a beautiful book.
Yeah,
Beer, yeah.
some beautiful beer. That's what I was going to say. That has some of your artwork. on it.
Yeah.
What's the brewery? Is that artwork also in this book?
I'll grab it.
Yeah, the artwork is in the book, and it's that came out as a collaboration between Levante Brewing which is in Westchester, and Hidden River Brewery that's in Douglasville.
Okay.
Good. I go way back with the owner and head brewer over at Hidden River. His name is Kevin, and I've done artwork for one of their can releases before, and so yeah, we did it again. So it's the second one, and it's been awesome, man. People go crazy for that microbrew.
Yeah.
Beer. Like the first time we did it, I went to the opening, and I mean the thing sold out in like 45 minutes.
Yeah.
Like people were just waiting in line for like hours on like a Thursday afternoon at 3:00 just to get like these beers, and people buy them and sell them. And there's some whole underground scene with that stuff that I don't understand.
Sure.
But,
I know the craft brew scene is
Craft brew scene
crazy.
is crazy. People were talking to me about
crazy.
the mouthfeel of the beer and stuff like that. I'm
Right.
like, I
No,
don't
it's
have any
like-
idea
yeah.
what you're talking about.
It's like the sommeliers, the wine tasters.
Yeah, I kind of feel like it's for it's like wine tasting for people that don't have a lot of money.
Yeah,
And you're just
exactly.
getting like beer.
So I'm
It's
flipping
just
through
good.
this
That's all
book.
that matters.
Yeah, Brian and I were just flipping through this book. Other Brian, not Brian Wild, are flipping through this book
Yeah.
here, and dude, this work reminds me of a really good friend of mine who does very similar collage style work. Now, are you working in Photoshop with this? Are you?
No, that's all hand cut and glued down.
Wow.
Like all with an X-Acto knife and stuff like
Wow.
that.
Yeah, it's
Nice.
real good.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'll have to show you my friend's
What's the name of
work.
your friend?
Her name on Instagram, I think, is Chiffon Nichelle.
Okay.
And I will double check that and clarify in just a moment. But it's very similar type collage work, but she does all of her work digitally,
Yeah.
which is insane to
I
me.
can't do it
That's-
digitally.
yeah, man.
I tried. The problem with doing it digitally is that there's just you have too many options.
Yeah.
You know, like all of a
Yeah.
sudden you can sit there and you can be like, I can make this little piece bigger or smaller. I can
Right.
make 3 of them, 4 of them. I can change the color. Like you can go down that rabbit hole where all of a sudden you just don't even know where you are. What I like about doing it by hand is that you have a set thing of parameters. Like
You're
you have to
limited.
find something that's like works with the color palette. You can't change much. So the limitations make it just so
Right.
much easier because
It also makes you more involved.
it does, yeah. And I mean, I spend so much time like everyone else in their computer. Like to have a little bit of time to step away and do something by hand and play with knives is cool, right? I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah.
everybody likes play with knives,
with
right? Yeah, it's like a little kid in you. It's like, I can give me an
Hopefully-
exactor knife. Yeah,
Hopefully you're
let's cut-
trained to
let's
play with
cut some
knives.
stuff.
Oh, goodness.
Oh, small knife.
Smaller knives, yeah, exactor knives, not like what you're working with. Little tiny like baby knives.
Now, Joe, do you have an Instagram or anything
Yeah,
where you
yeah,
can follow your
it's-
artwork
it's,
and your
uh,
music?
MightyJoeCastro.com. That's where you can see. That's mostly art stuff. And then if you go to the Gravamen on Instagram, that's more the music stuff.
Gravamen, doesn't that mean complainers?
Did you just look that up?
No, I asked you that question in the pre.
Oh yeah, that's
He
right. Yeah.
prepared.
That's just the name kind of came up as we were trying to figure out a name, and it just came up as the Webster Dictionary word of the day, and it was like it's a legal term for a complainer. It's actually pronounced gravamen.
Gravamen.
But we say gravamen. So once in a while,
Oi, gravamen.
you'll have people come up and they'll correct you, be like, "No, it's gravamen." I'm like,
You're like,
"Yeah," and I know you're a lawyer now, so
Yeah.
keep your head out of my
Semantics.
keep your
You're
head out of my
You're
pocket.
like semantics.
Semantics.
Yeah, it sort of like weeds out the lawyers from the group.
What do you think of that beer? You made a
It's okay.
face.
It's old.
It's old.
No,
Didn't go bad, did
Get
it?
in that mic, bro.
it's great. It's there's a lot to taste.
Yeah. It's got a lot of flavor to it.
Yeah, definitely.
Nice.
I'll have to try
It's
that
like
one too.
like
Yeah,
an,
you'll make
an
crack the
oatmeal
other
one?
IPA or something like that. I forget.
It's
what
like
it is.
I'll grab a couple glasses. We'll pour some off.
There you go.
Now, Joe, on that beer, so you said that same image is all in the book, right?
Yeah. I believe so. Yeah.
where would we find it in the book if I'm flipping
page,
through here? Do you know?
Let me see.
There you
I can
go.
tell you about the year.
This way we can let our friends know here. And also, Joe's website again is mightyjoecastro.com
Yeah, and same thing on Instagram too. Mighty Joe Castro.
at Mighty Joe Castro. And my friend, and I'll show you this on our break, who does also the digital collage work. Apparently she's updated her Instagram from Chiffon Nichelle to by Chiffon. And she's a great local artist. She also works for a lot of great companies doing some graphic design, and I'm sure you do as well.
Yeah, I meet like a lot of collage artists that are all former or graphic designers or former graphic designers.
Yeah.
Just kind of go hand in hand. Man, I know it's in here somewhere.
We'll
I'm just
find
gonna,
it.
Like, flip through here for a while.
Brian's
Um,
pouring some of these beers out
Is this
now.
like a sour?
I forget exactly what it is. It's like an oatmeal
It's a-
IPA, an oat
well,
IPA or
Oat
something.
milk dippa. DIPA.
Yeah.
What's the D?
I
That's what she said.
gotta. Hold on, I'll Google it. I'll tell you what. the
I saw.
D
I
is.
don't have internet
Oh,
access. I
damn.
keep
You
trying
know
to
what
log
the
in.
D is.
They
I
sold
keep
out.
trying to log
They
in, I
sold
can't.
out real quick, man. Like
I bet.
people were selling those cans for like
Oh, of
Oh, no,
course.
I need to give
Crazy.
one to Heather. Heather's
crazy
not bad.
amounts of money. I mean, I don't get any of that money, so do whatever. But
Right.
It's like it
You
smells like orange juice at first.
Hey Joe, you know what it reminds me of? When I was in
Thank you.
high school, I used to mess around. I used to download the free versions of Adobe Photoshop.
yeah.
And I used to download brushes and put them together.
Yeah.
That's a whole new level.
This is. I'm just looking
That's
at this
great.
art, and again, we'll make sure we post this.
Man, maybe it's not in here.
Out
I
there.
thought for sure
Lies.
it was in
And I
All
there.
stalked
lies,
you
Joe.
online. I stalked you online all day yesterday. I looked at all your pictures.
Oh, thank you,
Now I'm
man.
taking
Yeah.
a book.
I appreciate people stalking me. I like that.
That's
Feel free to stalk me anytime, man. Just
Hey, I was even showing my wife. I said, "Look at this."
Hey Dan,
Cool.
you want some?
Thank you,
Oh,
man.
sure,
Thank
of
you very
course.
much.
Where we? No, that one's Heather's.
I might have lied, man. Maybe it's not in here.
No worries. But it's a beautiful piece of art, and we'll make sure we get
Yeah.
a picture of that up on our
And you can
feeds
get it
and
on
everything.
Amazon.
And the book is available on Amazon. Yeah,
Not right now.
it will
You
be.
can get it on my website.
Okay, which is
There you go, Mighty Joe Castro.
MightyJoeCastro.com. Yeah.
And the book is called "Everything We Love Is Slowly Becoming Fiction."
Was working on getting it on Amazon, but I haven't got all the details worked out. There's
Yeah.
like all kinds of hoops. you
Oh
can
no,
jump
this,
through and all
that was
stuff.
when we were broadcasting before when we
Yeah.
first started the podcast. Just to get on iTunes, I was like, you got to do this. It's changed. They made it a lot easier
Yeah.
these days, but it was
Yeah.
insane. So I totally understand the rigmarole you'd have to go through to sell
But
something
yeah,
through
it's just
Amazon.
it's self-published, so I put it out myself and just
Nice.
Yeah, man, it's cool. It's like a limited edition piece. There's only 150 of them, so most of them are sold
Nice.
out. But I still got like maybe like a box
All right, kids, you
left,
heard it.
something like that. So
You heard
It's
it.
been cool. I've been appreciative of the support people have given me for putting it out. So
Yeah. Now I'm also staring at some albums
Oh
you
yeah, I
have
brought our
here.
records. This is our.
So
Well,
tell us
so
about
this
your
is
music.
another
Is what I
cool
wanna-
thing.
yeah. Go ahead, Brian.
So early on, you were. Well, I knew you from Nero.
yeah,
Cause
yeah,
like,
yeah.
Because there's always like growing up, there's always Voice That's Fire, Nero, Schroeder. Schroeder was that was kind of big.
All those bands back then, Walleye, Zen Gorilla,
Zen
and,
Gorilla.
At the drive-in, same stuff.
Well, so this was from our local scene.
But I remember Voice That's Fire. I was
Yeah.
in Boston back then.
yeah, they
Yeah.
made it big up
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
Yeah, 'cause they kind of blew it up
So you're the
internationally.
man.
yeah.
Oh yeah, now they're
Oh, I
like.
wasn't in that band. No, I'm not the
Well,
man.
you-
I'm not that guy.
But we had that guy on that show. We had that guy on our podcast.
Yeah.
Nathan
you
Gray.
guys
Yeah.
are the mans in them.
So like, and oh man, dude, you just gave us some vinyl. Or
Yeah,
came-
that's you got vinyl. I brought a couple copies. Keep them.
Dig
yeah.
it.
So you did.
Stickers, too.
So you were in. All right, I keep
So
trying to go back.
Nero,
Nero?
a Beast Fair, which was originally called a
Beast
Beast
Fair.
Fairs of Funk, which
What a
was a
sticker.
Newark band that
Oh,
was
yeah, I
from
remember
like
that.
I want to say like 93, 94 to
Yeah.
like 97. Then after that, I was in a band called Swing Line.
Swing Line. Yeah, I think I still have like one of those
Those
old
records or like CDs or something like that.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
It was like a black and white.
Yeah.
Thing. It's just
Yeah,
like
yeah.
Swing Line and like
Yeah,
a
yeah.
very simple font. It was like
Yeah.
Futura or something. Like it
Something.
was-
Yeah. I can't
you know,
remember the.
That's funny.
Yeah.
They call me out. I don't remember the exact font that it
I
was,
remember this
but,
font from 20 years ago.
You know it.
Damn, this is Dorks with Forbes.
That's
Yeah.
right, man.
Dude, we-
I don't know how you
This is the
do it.
dorks part.
This is
Remember,
right.
Yeah, yeah.
remember fonts?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of.
No, you're wrong. It was
I
not
was like,
that font.
well,
it was
so
actually,
it was a
actually,
Helvetica
it
new, but
was
what he did was he spread
Yeah, it
out
was-
the spacing
GT
between
Welsh.
letters. So and then after that,
And after that, I was in a band called The Situation for like
Situation.
5 years, which was more Philly based. And then,
but you guys did some stuff with that.
yeah, that band we toured around a bit, and we released an EP and an album on a label from Ohio called Elephant Stone Records, and we played all over. We played with a bunch of different bands and shows with the Strokes, the Libertines, Arthur Lee
Wow.
and Love,
Dude, you said not a surf.
Hot Heat, Not a Surf.
Not a
We
Surf.
opened for them with the Chalk, which was
Nice.
fun, man. And yeah, a bunch of bands. I'm sure I'm missing stuff. Yeah, we did that for like 4 or 5 years, and that band broke up. And then I did another band for a little while called The Lift Up, and then I started this new band. This is like sort of one of the first bands where I'm actually writing all the songs and doing all the singing. Because
Yeah.
previously, before that, I was just a guitar player.
Yeah.
But then I just got tired of trying to find a singer and dealing with all that.
Mm.
And what really happened is that I had a kid, and my wife bought me a guitar, and so I could sing songs to the baby. You know,
Mhm.
and
That's so sweet.
So then getting that guitar sort of was like got me into singing, and then writing songs, and that's sort of how it all sort of evolved after that. That's sort of like the genesis of it.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
cool.
That's really awesome. It's funny how having a child can push you in different ways, you know, and really
Yeah,
move
it's
forward.
funny because I tell people all the time, especially with the art stuff, and like once you have a kid, like that's my full time gig is I'm self employed. Like I just do graphic design, art, and music, and that's it. That's all I do. So like once you have kids, it's like I felt like an extra pressure. Like I didn't want my kids to be embarrassed by what I was doing. All of
Right.
a sudden, I'm like, well, like I want them to be proud of, not to
Exactly.
be like so. That was like a whole like is this good enough?
So how
Just
do you do
pushing
art
yourself
for a
that way.
living? Is your wife independently wealthy or something?
No, she's self-employed as well
Wow.
too. So between the two of us, we're just sort of
Holy
like,
cow.
it's just that kind of thing where like you get a couple nickels together, you eventually get $1. You're just
Right.
like getting a little bit here and there, and you're constantly like working and just
That's
Yeah.
great.
like once you get used to the fact that you don't have like a steady paycheck coming in, and that it's like playing cards, like you just kind of bluff some months, and you're like, all right, I'm just going to weather the storm. And eventually more money will come in. You just keep working, hoping, and just have the faith that what you're doing is going to work out.
Yeah.
Wow.
So, we've been doing that. Like neither of us have had a full-time job now for, I think it's been like 2 years since she left her job. So
Wow.
it's crazy and it's stressful, but you just kind of be like, all right, it's going to
Yeah.
work
Yeah.
out and just hustle.
Yeah.
What
May
do
I
you
ask
do
what
then?
she does?
Huh?
May I ask what your wife
Yeah,
does?
she does a bunch of things. She has her own company called Pop Up Play,
Mhm.
and they do a lot of cool things. They have a residency right now at Spruce Street Park in
Okay.
Philadelphia, and every Sunday they go up there and kids come and they'll bring materials to build stuff. Like they were building like these miniature golf courses, like out of old like pieces of cardboard and like tubes and different things.
Yeah.
They'll bring in sort of like bringing kids back to like imaginative play and bringing parents and kids working together to build something like cool. So they'll do that at like different parks throughout the city and stuff like that. And
that's awesome.
Yeah, it's super
That's
cool.
really awesome. I remember as a kid, like it was, I would get all these great things for Christmas and my birthday and yada yada, but it was like, oh, my parents got a new refrigerator and I got this awesome huge box.
I tell people all the time, man, like I think like boredom is entirely underrated. Like I keep my kids as bored as possible because everything cool comes out of boredom.
Because boredom, you're
like,
forced to create.
The way I look at it, it's like if you look at the sport of golf, and I'm not trying to disrespect golf, but you look at that sport, like that definitely came up from some people just sitting around drunk.
Some drunk
day.
Irish
and
guys.
they're sitting around there like
Scottish.
I bet you can't hit that ball.
I bet you can't fucking hit that ball. You fucking cunt, can you?
Yeah, can you?
You're a bastard.
Like, nah,
You're a wee cunt.
And
Clan
then
Wild.
just modified into that, right? I mean, there's no way like someone like thought that out. Like all sports and at their essence are completely idiotic in a way. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're fun. And the best things in life sort of are. So I'm a big proponent of boredom. I try to keep everyone as bored as possible.
Good. That's great. Yeah, it definitely forces creativity and imagination.
Try to be as boring as I can. That's my life goal.
Well, you're doing quite the opposite for us right now. You're very interesting, very intriguing. I love everything that's going on right now. Now, your style of music is rockabilly.
That band, is like kind of like a rockabilly, early rock and roll swing style.
And you might not know this about me, but in my early 20s, I taught swing dance for 3 years.
That's a true story.
So swing has always been my thing. So to see Squirrel Nut Zippers and to see them in Ardmore and get a chance to interview Jimbo, and then I see my boys.
Those guys are so nice. Those guys,
the Squirrel Nut Zippers,
yeah. Everyone in that band is super nice.
Yeah.
So you've opened for the Squirrel Nut Zippers. You've opened for whom else? Give me some names.
Well, like what put you down that road?
Well, like I grew up listening to that music as a kid. Like my parents were from New York, and my dad grew up in Brooklyn, and he would always tell me stories about going to the Brooklyn Paramount and seeing like all those Alan Freed shows. And he would like talk about seeing Chuck Berry and Richie Valens. And so my mom was a huge Elvis fan. So like as a kid, and as a kid in the 70s too, you had all those like 50s nostalgia was huge. You had movies like American Graffiti and American Hot Wax and Grease. Like that stuff, I just soaked it up. And I've always had a sort of a soft spot for early rock and roll and doo-wop music and stuff like that. So when this band came along, I've been doing so many other different styles of music. This is something I always wanted to do. And then I just was able to find the right guys to do it with. And it's sort of working out. But we don't want to be like a complete 50s throwback band.
Sure.
Like, so we're trying to take things in this original like rock and roll style and get that sort of primal like energy and stripped down sound.
Right.
But then like update it with like a different lyrical approach. Like I don't want to sing any songs about necessarily fast cars and dancing and like because I just don't know anything about
You should always write what you know.
Fights in the alley.
Yeah, because it ends up being like cosplay, where people just start showing up and they're wearing their 50s outfits and they're trying to be something that doesn't exist.
That has a place.
I got nothing wrong with it. Like I got no problem with it. That's just not what we want to do. So
there's the genuine connection,
right?
So true to it.
Try to be true to it. So we're like trying to take it back to that sound. I kind of feel like rock and roll for a long time went to such extremes, right? Like it progressed and it got like heavier and faster and crazier, and it got to the point like you can't do anything like that extreme anymore. Like, what do you do? How fast can you play? How crazy can you be? How unlistenable can you be? So I thought, well, instead of going on that route anymore, let's just like take a U-turn, go back to the starting point, and see what you can do from that basis of like having just like two guitars and an upright bass and the drummer, and be like, all right, let's like.
Yeah,
but you could take that 50 sound and add
like a chef for ears right now.
Yeah, chef for ears. Listen to that.
A lot of times,
that's a heavy compliment for sure.
Yeah. We get so caught up in trying to be next level and do what's next. But what always works is going back to your roots and doing what you know and doing it the best that you can.
Yeah.
Taking influence from your mother and taking influence from the fast, loud, heavy stuff. That what people want. That is what people want, and you put it together and you come up with your hybrid of what is true and what is the future, and that is you.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
Damn, son.
That's a heavy
Damn, son.
compliment.
Did you just smoke before you came out here?
Chef of the year. Drop with some knowledge.
Damn, son.
I'm going to put that on our website. He's a chef for the ears.
Chef
He's
for
a
the
chef for
ears.
the ears. Yeah.
Coin
Joe, let
that
me
one.
ask you this question. So
so-
you said you started with playing the guitar and then moved
Yeah,
towards
yeah.
the
For
vocals.
years, I was just sort of like a lead guitar player
Yeah.
and just wrote music and never wrote lyrics or sang or anything like that.
Give me your top 3 guitarists.
Oh man, I love my favorite guitar player of all time is Johnny Marr from the Smiths.
Okay.
I mean, that guy is completely like he can adapt to all kinds of different things. After that, man, I'm gonna blank. I mean, I like Johnny Ramone just for the simplicity and for the power,
Yeah.
and probably like someone like Jimi Hendrix because
Okay.
how can you not put him like in your top 3 because that dude was just amazing and,
Hendrix was brilliant.
versatile.
Brilliant.
Yeah, I'm sure like I'll sit here and think later and be like,
Yeah, Hendrix is so good that even cover bands, like during open mic
Can't.
night, if they play Hendrix, it fucking rocks. It still rocks.
But it's still not Hendrix.
Hendrix. Yeah.
It's still not Hendrix. But yes,
No,
but
We should do everybody's favorite.
the music
guitarist
itself
right
is
I'd like to
All
hear,
right,
I'd like
right
to hear
now,
everybody's
Josh
favorite guitar
said we should
players.
do everyone's
Everyone's favorite
favorite guitar
guitarist?
player.
I'd like to hear
right
that.
now.
Yeah.
Does that mean
All
I
right.
gotta go first?
Josh, you can go
Sure.
first.
Yeah,
It's your
go
question,
ahead.
brother.
I'm going to do this shot.
All right, we're gonna go local. Vinnie Moore. You guys
Vinnie
know
Moore.
Oh, yeah, I know Vinnie Moore. Yeah.
Wow, hyper
Guy's a
local.
shredder.
I fell in love with Vinnie Moore when I was like 17 years old because I was at a head shop trying to look old enough to buy some glass. And there was a Vinnie Moore album, The Maze, on cassette, and I had a cassette player in the car that I bought from my parents.
Nice.
And I was like, I need this. It's $1. Let me get that. I put it in, and
I heard from
That's great.
I know people that knew him, and apparently he had like a heavy insurance policy on his fingers. That I
Really?
remember. I always
That's
heard.
funny.
Yeah, I know
I-
people
Really?
like that were related to
I
him.
heard that guy from
'Cause-
More Than Words. More Than
oh,
Words.
Extreme.
Extreme.
Bancourt.
Yeah.
Supposedly
Extreme.
he had a $5 million insurance on his hands.
Yeah.
Guitar
That was
player.
Nuno Bancourt. My dad used to jam with him in Massachusetts.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
There
Oh,
you
that's
go.
awesome.
And also Vinnie Moore. So I told you guys, my disclaimer, I've been obsessed with his music since I was like 17. My wife, I put on some what I thought was going to be like nerdy neoclassical shred metal. And she was like, who is that?
My
I'm
favorite
like,
genre.
wait. Nerdy neoclassical shred metal.
Yeah.
And then I love how he portrayed his wife as like, who is this?
Who is this?
Who is this?
She goes, I know that name, Vinnie Moore. My uncle Nick.
And your
used to
wife is a
teach it."
beautiful Latino
Your uncle.
woman.
No, she's Italian.
She's Italian?
Yeah.
Oh man, I pegged her for like
Yeah.
I got
like a
confused because you're
Caribbean-
like, she's a beautiful. He's like, no. And I was like, whoa, where's this going?
She's not
Watch
beautiful.
what you,
No,
watch
she's
what you
stunning.
say. Like,
She's stunning.
I know
Okay,
he
good.
was going with this.
She's
but,
Italian. You married an Italian. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I'm sorry. I should.
Oh,
I
so-
could have warned you.
My daughter's
Stop,
gonna have a
huh?
terrible attitude now. But so Vinnie Moore took lessons from my uncle-in-law,
Get out.
Nick Bucci, at
That's insane.
Mid Atlantic Music.
Oh
Okay.
yeah,
Oh,
I remember
wow.
that music. Yeah.
Atlanta.
Ellesmere,
Right.
right? Was that Ellesmere?
I don't know.
Mid-Atlantic was
I was
like,
still in Massachusetts at that point.
Right. I know
Yeah.
you
guys
guys
There
know.
was one down the street from
There
right
was.
across the street from the VA.
Yeah,
Taken down like by where Henry's bike shop was.
Yeah,
You know
sorry,
where
we're
that
getting
is.
super hyper local here.
Delaware.
References,
It is
Delaware.
the Delaware podcast.
So Josh, yours was
So-
Vinnie Moore.
Vinnie Moore,
All right.
and then behind that, we're gonna have to go Randy Rhoads. Not as good as the newer people, like neoclassical shred metal guys that have fun, but you guys know Randy Rhoads from Ozzy Osbourne.
Sure. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
When I was in like 7th grade, I swore I was gonna name my first child Randy Rhoads.
Randy Rhoads. Santiago.
and then you guys gotta check out this band called Polyphia. Tim Henson. He's a 22-year-old little hipster.
Wow.
but
Does anyone
he's
want a mojito?
I'm good.
Heather is
I'm
making
good right
a
now,
blackberry
yeah, I'm
good
mojito.
too.
All
I'm good.
right, cool.
Maybe a little while. Yeah.
Well, we should eat.
We
and
should
then
eat
drink.
soon.
Ready?
All right, wait. Let's finish out these guitar
Okay.
Yeah.
questions then. So you had
Vinnie Moore.
Vinnie Moore.
Number
Randy
one.
Rhoads.
Randy Rhoads.
Classic. And then Tim Henson. You
Tim
guys
Henson,
gotta check
yeah.
out. Tim Henson from Polyphia. You guys gotta check out Polyphia.
All right,
Oh,
Brian,
man, I'm up next.
you're up next.
You better. You better
I'm
say
just trying
me.
to think.
You better say me.
Okay, so I'm gonna say
Do it, Joe Castro.
mighty Joe Castro. So one of the funniest things because I was photographing that Squirrel Nut Zipper show, and
Just kidding.
wait, you're right up close to everybody, like really up close for the first 3 songs as a music photographer. You get 3 songs and then you have to fuck
Yeah.
off. So I was so close, and Joe gets on his guitar. I'm going to say Mighty Joe Castro. That's
Okay.
like one of my favorite guitar
One.
players. Wait, but let me
Oh,
tell you this,
okay, go
the
ahead.
story. So Joe, he goes, da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da, and the bass player behind him goes, D, and he goes da 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 da, and then kicks it in. And it's funny the things that you catch. It's funny the things that you catch
That's
is
hilarious. Yeah,
when you're
that's
right
true.
up against the stage,
Right.
I
'Cause
started
the rest
playing
of the
it in the
audience
wrong
wouldn't see
key.
that.
in
Yeah.
the wrong key, and he just went. He was behind you, and he went D or a G or a
Whatever
C
it was.
or whatever it was. He was like one word. He was like C, and he was like, and he went. Ba-da-da-da,
Yeah, that's a true,
ba-da-da-da-da, and
that's a
there was
true story. Yeah.
da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da.
But
And then-
to have that flexibility.
You're calling me out. Yeah, you got to be able to think on your feet.
yeah, dude,
You know what I mean?
and like
It's like a chef. Yeah, it's like no 400, not 350. Oh, okay.
but it definitely
whatever.
it definitely had me appreciate that kind of thing where like like you're as a guitar player, so like I play guitar but not professionally,
Sure.
I know some chords and shit, but like and then you start getting the keys and you start, but then to be in front of all these people and then play in the wrong key and then dude's like, yo bro, this,
Boom.
and then he goes
He was
bang.
he was wrong though because the song was supposed to be in C, so he was
All
calling
right.
out D, but it's supposed to be in C.
What a D.
But he just adjusted. Adjusted, bang, bang, and then they just started
Yeah,
rocking
yeah.
the place. You know what I mean?
All
So
right.
it was real good.
That's awesome.
So second person, I'm gonna say Mason Jennings.
Mason Jennings. Wow.
Because I love a good folk guy,
Yeah.
and I love the way he kind of tunes things down and to suit his voice.
Okay.
And I love me some Mason Jennings.
Give me one more.
And oh man, I'm looking around. I'm like,
No, you're looking at your
I'm
record
like,
collection here.
oh man, this is tough, dude. So like, fucking hell.
You don't have to
I feel
name
like
three.
it's
You
our
can do two. Two.
Well, Justin Furstenfeld from Blue October.
Furstenfeld. Yeah.
So so
Blue October. I know you love them.
simple chords,
Yeah.
very oldies based. I feel
Right.
like if you look at
Clean.
their if you look at their chord progressions, even though they do it, they really have Justin's vocals and his lyrics behind it. But when you look at those 3-chord, 4-chord patterns, they really do really good things with them. And so that's it.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Brian.
Oh my God. I wouldn't know who to pick.
So Hendrix.
Yeah, well, okay, yeah. Jimi Hendrix,
Yeah.
probably all three.
Yeah, there, hey, you know
there we
what?
go.
That's a good answer.
I'm not
That's a good answer.
I'm listening to you guys. I'm like, I don't know.
I don't know any of these
motherfuckers. So I'm just sitting here. I'm like, maybe I should Google some people.
Yeah,
Yeah,
just
top
Google
three,
some-
top three guitar.
This sounds smart for a second. Like, I know these guitar
But
players.
Hendrix-
I don't know
Jimmy
all-
Page.
that's Jimmy Page.
I don't
Brilliant answer.
Jimmy.
Brilliant answer. Yeah, all the Jimmys. And if
Yeah.
you're a Jimmy and you play the guitar,
Yeah, small, medium, and large.
Brian likes it.
know. As long as it's in
I
two.
think that's the best answer.
Yeah, I don't know.
Small, medium. His favorite guitar player, small,
His
medium,
name's
large.
Jimmy, small, medium, large, and
Small,
I
medium,
like it.
large. Good.
I'm in.
That's awesome.
All right, what about you?
Sandanchez.
I'm going to go Clapton. Eric Clapton.
Okay.
I love Eric Clapton, man. I could listen to him sing, play, do anything. I have a horrible story that I won't tell because I don't want to drag this out any longer about Eric Clapton's.
Tell your story and then we'll take a break.
What?
Well, so once upon a time, I worked for a local venue here that was bringing in the Sons of Cream.
Oh.
And they were like,
I remember that.
Aren't
Are
Yeah, the
all
Sons-
Sons produced by Cream?
well, touche. But the band Cream is what we meant.
Nasty.
Goodness gracious. So it was the
So
Sons of
Ginger
Cream.
Baker's son and all
Right,
yeah,
right.
yeah, yeah,
And I was like,
yeah.
oh, they'll all be there except for Eric Clapton's son. Because he fell out a window and then Clapton wrote a song about it.
Bum, bum, bum.
It's horrible.
Dude, we're going to get letters.
It's horrible. It's a true story, though.
I would hope.
So Eric Clapton is an amazing guitar player. Tears in Heaven.
I was trying to think of that song. I'm glad you said it out. I could see like the image of the Unplugged that they like ran into your head on
Oh,
TV
it was
back
all
in the 90s.
over when
all
that
the
happened.
time. They're just like
Oh.
all the time.
So many, Oriental carpets there, and like just all
Yeah,
sold in
yeah,
an
yeah.
unplugged studio. So Eric Clapton, and honestly, I would probably not have said this had I not thought about your particular music style. But how could I not say this?
Brian Setzer.
No, Dick Dale,
Oh, Dick Dale is like
King
yeah.
of the Surf guitar, that
Got some monster.
that
You
driving.
know, you ever seen there's video footage of him like playing so fast that he's melted picks?
He's
You
insane.
seen that? Like they've like slowed it down, like time lapse, whatever. And he's
Yeah.
like he's playing,
They're just,
and
like,
like just
whittling
from the
away.
heat of it, just melts. the pick.
But
Yeah.
nobody said Vinnie Moore. He literally has an album called Meltdown.
Oh yeah,
It's true. It's true. So,
Out now.
so Eric Clapton, Dick Dale, who passed away recently, I think in the last
yeah.
year or so. Rest in peace. And here's a great guy plays the ukulele and the guitar in general. Jake Shimabukuro. Is anybody familiar with Jake Shimabukuro? We'll put on a great
Shimabukuro.
Shimabukuro.
You sure you're pronouncing that right?
I hope so. Bakoru. It's one of the two.
That's easy for you to say.
But he's very talented as well. He has a knack for twisting those fingers in a way that I don't understand.
There's too many to name. There's too many.
So those are my three. So, but I do smell some delicious food. These Branzinos are cooking up good.
It might be time for a break.
Let's take a break,
All right,
Brian.
let's take a commercial break. No, I'll just put some musical in.
We'll put some little.
What if we get a
thing.
little Joe Castor song and we'll drop it in here? Maybe he'll send us a little MP4, maybe some early stuff. Some early stuff. We'll
I
do it
can
in
tell
post.
you whatever you want.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And then of course you're gonna play for live for us.
Yeah.
Here a little bit later.
Sure.
Sure.
You could go on hating one person at a time. I prefer to hate you all at once the same. You could go on painting your face to hide the scars beneath the lies beneath the thing you call yourself. You could go. You could go on taking them one by one home to mom, hoping she won't see the stinking, filthy pig that he is. You could go on wishing you'd spend the night with me, wrapped in sheets, sticky sheets, stiff with your inexperience. You could go on hating one person at a time. I prefer to hate you all at once the same. One name, one guilt, one shame, one strangulation. One time is not enough for me. You could go.
Kind of mid.
Let me put on my radio voice.
Oh,
Drop it. Drop
Brian,
it
you
in
got a radio
octaves.
voice?
I sure do.
Hi there.
Oh man.
Hi there.
Not sex phone operator voice, radio voice.
Pick up the phone.
Oh goodness.
man.
Oh hey.
All right. Hey, Brian Smith. Hey, thanks so much for joining us. For those who don't know, Brian Smith here, he's a writer, a director, an actor. He's always doing something. What's going on in your life right now?
Right now, I'm in the middle of writing probably 4 different scripts.
Wow.
Yeah.
Long form, shorts.
One's full length, one's a short film, and a couple of them are like for playwrights, one acts. So it's a lot of writing.
Does that get confusing, like switching from writing from one to the other?
No, just
Like, is it hard? Like, do you spend one night working on one thing, or you like, I'm getting stuck here, do I move over to the next one,
Yep.
kind of thing?
Yeah,
I was just gonna ask
I'll
that same
I'll
question.
pick a night. Like if I'm going to work on my full length, that has to
Yeah.
be done before the beginning of August. I'll make sure I focus all my time on that one. And then if I'm going to go into like my one acts or my shorts, I'll definitely I'm whatever it is, I'm just keyed in on that one
Yeah.
project. Like I try not to flip flop because then I'll start adding character names and this one, then I'll go look back like
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
I'm like, Sonia's not in this. She's in that one.
Yeah.
Is there a particular project that you're working on right now that's like, oh man, I
Right.
love this so much?
One I'm doing right now is for it's called SIP. It's called Shoot It in Philly.
Okay.
And the contest is you write a screenplay, full length screenplay, and you submit it to the Greater Philadelphia filmmakers.
Mm-hmm.
And out of that, they choose the winner. The grand prize winner is $10,000, and you get your film shot in Philadelphia. Like it has to be done all in Philly.
Wow.
So like I'm working on a screenplay for that right now, and it's kind of like the screenplay is sort of like The Crow a little bit.
Okay.
Like, I love that movie.
Sure.
But I wanted to do something different.
Yeah.
So like The Crow in terms of, and I don't want you to give too much away, obviously, but The Crow in terms of like a comeback from the dead to seek redemption, revenge.
Yes.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
But mine has to deal with like voodoo and black magic
Right.
to resurrect the dead person. And then instead of this character having a bird to be his like, I guess his
Spirit
guy,
Yeah.
it's his own brain. So when he gets near people who had something to do with killing his father, he gets these pounding headaches.
Like his spidey sense.
Yeah, and that's how he knows who did something to his father, who was involved with killing his
Is that
father.
what are those headaches that pound? Is that what enrages him
Yeah.
to
Once
exact violence
once
to
he
make
gets
that
past-
pounding stop?
Once he gets past that part and he takes control and is like, okay, I know this is the person that wronged me.
Yeah.
That's when he goes after him. And
Interesting.
after
Any
he
visions
kills,
with those pounding headaches? Maybe little scenes, backstory, bang, bang, bang.
well, kind of is because the people who
Brian's
murdered-
writing. The other Brian's writing the script now.
I'm sorry. You can't be around me and talk scripts, man.
I know.
You can't be around me and
bad.
talk
I
scripts.
know. I'm in the same boat.
Dude, it's like
But it's one of them things where he gets the pounding headaches and he takes control of it, and that's when he's like, okay, this person I know has something involved with killing my father. So once he takes control and he becomes invulnerable, he can take these people on. But the kick to it is every time he takes someone out that's involved with it, he heals less. So like say if he gets shot in the chest, once he kills that person, once he gets shot in the chest, he continues to feel that. He doesn't resurrect from that. He doesn't heal from that anymore.
So different from like a Spawn or Crow that they don't regenerate.
Yeah.
it's almost
He
like
actually
9
feels
lives,
that.
right?
Yeah.
So like
Sounds
the more people he kills, the more mortal he comes.
Yep.
Yeah.
Ah,
Because he's already dead. So the more people he kills, the deader he becomes.
Now I have two questions real quick about that journey to find redemption for his father's killer. Does the actual like person that is the killer, without giving anything away, does he have 6 figures in his your lead character name Inigo Montoya?
No, but his
So
character,
close.
but his character he's very close to him,
Okay.
in the sense that when he does, find that out, it's kind of like, oh man, this person I've known majority of my life is the one who took my father away from me. So it's like one of those moments where it's like, okay, he wants to kill this person and wants this thing to be over with so he can rest. But then it's like, I can't kill this person because I've known this person my whole life. So it's like
That's so intriguing.
Yeah.
So what you said earlier that it has a basis in voodoo and that type of magic in his resurrection and his redemption. What made you write about that? Is that something that, are you from a Haitian descent or anything like that? Just kind of like bled into whatever story you wanted to tell?
like I said, is primarily, envisioned from off of The Crow. So then when I see that, I'm like, okay, The Crow never really explained how any of them characters are able to come back to life. They just come out of a coffin or come from wherever they are, and they have these abilities and they can kill people, and then that's the end of it. So in my thinking, I'm like, okay, well,
especially
and especially in
this is
Haitian,
90 minutes. This is a 90-page script that you have to come up with.
yeah, it's the parameters is 85 to 120.
Wow.
So I'm at 75.
Wow.
So yeah,
Take 10 more pages.
Yeah, I'm almost done.
Oh my God.
Thank God. I'm so happy.
Hopefully it only takes those 10 pages though, too. You never know.
But I never count.
Right, you just go.
You
You go until it's done.
And then I look, I'm like, okay, the end is on page 135. Okay, this is not Avatar. Let me go back.
Edit it down. Yeah, tighten it up.
Avatar was like 210
it was
pages
ridiculous.
or something like that. That's too much.
I like
James
that. I like
Cameron.
that voodoo Santeria angle. That's
I dig that.
interesting. Yeah.
Yeah,
Marie Laveau.
Yeah.
because it's one of them things that it's an untouched. I would say corridor in Hollywood they don't use too much anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could probably name like 3 movies off the top of my head, maybe that remotely involve
Like what, like
voodoo.
Serpent in the Rainbow and
That's the
And
one
one
I remember.
Serpent
Everyone
in the
said-
Rainbow.
Midnight in the Garden of Good
Midnight
and
in the
Evil.
Garden,
Midnight.
Good and Evil.
Yeah.
Then you get weird ones like Weekend at Bernie's 2. Or
Do they go that route now?
oh no, it's a voodoo. They have to sacrifice a chicken, and then whenever the music plays, he
he
saunters
dances.
and dances and walk. Oh brother, hey guys, watch Weekend at Bernie's 2. That actually might be part of Brian and I's cult movies and trivia one night, maybe
Yeah.
that we're hosting now.
Link in the
Could you plug
comments.
that real quick?
Oh, cult movies and trivia at Oddity Bar on the first Tuesday of every month. Brian, is that what you mean?
Yeah, can you plug that? I'm
Yeah.
gonna look up top voodoo films.
Do it. Oh, wait, I was also going to name The Princess and the Frog
Oh yeah, that's true. That's
because
a good
I'm a
one.
dad, so
Yeah,
I have to name that one.
That's one of my favorites.
It's a good one.
That is a good one.
That's
Mama Odie.
Mama Odie and John.
So here we go. We're gonna talk top voodoo films.
Top voodoo film. So we already named Weekend at Bernie's 2.
Serpent in the Rainbow.
Serpent in the Rainbow.
So Serpent in the Rainbow, it looks like is number one.
Thank you, Heather.
Yeah, I'm not surprised.
In 1932, Bela Lugosi, White Zombie.
White Zombie.
Oh, yeah, it's a
Ooh.
classic. It's a classic.
Then
Lugosi.
in 1995, Corey Feldman was in a
No.
movie called Voodoo.
Just plain. It
Really?
was just called Voodoo.
I don't.
In 95.
That was straight
95.
to video. That was straight to Blockbuster.
Total straight to
I think.
video.
I don't remember that
Corey
one. at all.
Feldman. So was he in Michael Jackson get up? Was he
No,
being
I'm just looking
Michael
at the
Jackson? It's
movie
95,
poster.
so that was
95.
totally his time in his Michael Jackson.
In
mode.
1997, Eve's Bayou.
What a great movie
good?
that is. Oh, brilliant movie.
When that
Brilliant.
came out? What,
97.
I don't remember
97.
that
I
one.
saw that movie in the movie theater at the Christiana Mall, the old movie theater
Oh, wow.
over there, with my good friend Gloria Otis. She has the same birthday as I.
The last movie I saw there, I think, was Jurassic Park 3.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
At the old-
at
at
the
the old Christiana Mall?
the one that doesn't exist
Christiana Mall?
anymore.
I think
yeah.
I saw
I'm gonna
Goonies
say
there.
I got kicked out of a Vita. That was the last movie I ever.
The Madonna of Ricky Martin.
Yeah, that was the
Evita.
last one. I went and saw
I
Evita.
can't- I remember seeing Harlem Nights there. That
There
was
you-
the
oh,
that was
what
the
a
last
good
one I saw
movie.
there. I can't remember what the last thing I saw there was.
Can we show Harlem Nights at Cult Movies and Trivia? That's a good one.
Definitely some.
Eddie Murphy,
we need more
Richard
nights.
Pryor.
What'd you guys show last time?
So the last time we did The Big Lebowski.
Big Lebowski.
And before that, Brian flew
Are you
solo
doing
a
Ed
couple
Wood or
times
something?
without me.
What's
Were you
that?
doing Ed
Yeah,
Wood?
we did Ed Wood first.
Ed Wood's a classic.
and then we did Pink Flamingos.
Yeah.
And that was like that was.
And everybody left. I wasn't there.
Dude, I literally had people walk out, and but that's what happens when somebody's on TV singing
Yeah.
with their asshole.
Right. Yeah. For
You know
those
what
of
I
you
mean?
that don't know, Pink
And
Flamingos,
when I was
John
like,
Waters
look, I
film.
saw Pink Flamingos when I was 20 years
Starring
old,
Divine.
and it 1920, and it changed my life.
Yeah,
It like
you were
put me
19
on
or
a
20,
different
yeah.
perspective in life.
Yeah.
And I just the way I viewed
And here we are now.
people and the world, and what you could be to be filth.
Yeah.
And kind of like avant-garde or underground.
Yeah.
And it changed the way I actually
That alternative
attack
style.
life.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
That's
so as like hosting this cult movie night, it was kind of paying homage,
Yeah.
and fortunately we had like Big Lebowski had a big surprisingly big-
turnout.
almost like 40 people. probably.
Great turnout. So
And,
yeah,
and they were there for that.
for that, and that's what we do. It's not just a cult movie trivia night. We're watching the movie while we're doing trivia,
Yeah.
so it's a lot of fun. We
Yeah.
take little breaks
You,
throughout.
you win prizes. We have sponsors.
Yeah.
Delaware Normal, so you get a bunch of heady swag. We've got Between Books, and you win books. And now we have ageofthenerd.com. They're
Yes,
gonna be,
that's right.
We haven't really announced that yet.
Well, we just did.
No, yeah.
It just happened right now.
Oops,
No,
So we haven't like really, went completely
Yeah.
public with that one just yet.
What's the next movie you're showing?
So the next movie we're showing is Fear and Loathing in
Fear
Las
and Loathing.
Vegas.
Yeah, because I think we're going to attack it as like
We're
a
gonna trip
seasonal
acid,
thing.
and that's not what's happening.
No. I mean, hey,
man.
Dan, you do you, mate. You do
Oh
you.
man.
Like maybe somebody has some shrooms. But like, I mean, it's only 3 hours.
They're legal in some places.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Treats
it's true
depression. So I think kind of moving forward, it's going to be like a seasonal kind of thing.
Yeah.
But we have this chance in the first half hour, sponsors come in and talk about what they're doing. But also like a shout out, like if anybody's a filmmaker out there and has a short film, like we'd love to play your indie film at the
Right.
beginning of one of these. And
So before we go too far down this rabbit hole, though,
yeah.
so the next movie is Fear and Loathing. It's the first Tuesday of every month. And we're also looking for suggestions for movies. So please, follow us on Facebook and Instagram, and let us know. Hashtag us at Dorks and Forks. Follow us at Dorks and Forks, and let us know what you want to see at the Cult Movie Trivia Night
Yeah, it should be cool.
as well. So what were the top voodoo movies?
okay, so like
Brian?
87 was Angel Heart.
Oh, I remember
I
that.
don't know Angel
Is that
Heart.
with Mickey Rourke?
Mickey Rourke.
Yeah, I remember that for sure.
Mickey Rourke.
Yeah.
No plastic surgery on that guy.
Then we
None.
have
None.
Then we have
my research.
I Walked with a Zombie. from 1943.
I walked with a
I know
zombie.
the song.
James
That's
Ellison.
a song I know.
Yeah.
Francis D. and Tom Conway.
Wow.
Okay, 1974, Sugar Hill.
Not the gang.
It just says Sugar Hill.
Or the movie with Wesley Snipes.
Or the movie with Wesley. Who? Oh man, wait until we get some nerd news because I got some Wesley Snipes things to talk about.
yeah.
There's
I got
nerd
some
news.
Wesley.
What's
yeah.
going on with this?
We got some
wait.
nerd news later.
That's weird. The Princess and the Frog, 2009.
Yeah,
talked about that,
Talked
yeah,
about
that-
that one.
that's a good
Weekend
film.
at Bernie's 2 is not on there.
Boris Karloff and Voodoo Island, 1957.
How many are we into? Are we still in the top 10? Let's stop at 10. Unless we get to
Okay, so here we go. I don't know. Voodoo, 2017. Then there's The Believers, 1987.
Just tell us.
Child's
I saw The
Play.
Believers, yeah.
Child's Play technically deals with
1988.
voodoo.
does
And
it?
the new Child's Play is coming out.
Yeah.
It's out.
With Wilmington local Aubrey Plaza,
Yeah.
local Delawarean Aubrey
Yeah.
Plaza from
She's a
Parks and
great
Recreation
spirit.
and Legion
Very
fame.
great spirit.
She's amazing.
You've got Blackula, 1972.
Oh, Blackula! What a great blaxploitation film of the 70s.
Oh my god! I remember when that had
Man.
bad film footage. When the boom mic would drop.
Oh, it was almost like
my
it was
goodness.
almost porno quality.
It was that bad? It was that bad?
It was
Oh, yeah.
Whoever was
brutal.
holding the boom got tired.
It was just boom,
Yeah,
dropped,
yeah,
in,
yeah,
dropped
yeah.
in the shot,
Oh, it was great.
and they kept it.
Yep.
Well, you have
They
to.
didn't crop
'cause
it out.
Well, they probably only shot that scene once.
Of course.
And now that it's remastered, it's gone. All that stuff is
Yeah,
gone.
yeah. They
really?
went back through digitally and cropped it out.
Cleaned it up.
Oh, you've got The Plague of the Zombies.
Just tell me what
1966.
number Weekend at Bernie's 2 is.
It's
Not
not
all
All right,
there.
let's see. Midnight in the Garden of Good and
Good and
Evil.
Evil, great movie.
King of the Zombies, Voodoo Man, Voodoo Dawn, London Voodoo, Voodoo Woman,
It's whenever
Zombies
he
on
hears
Broadway.
music, he does
Dude,
that
I don't know.
horrible dance.
I Eat Your Skin,
Voodoo
1964. I mean,
Your
I love
Skin.
some of these.
I ate your skin in 1964.
I love Wanga, Strange Loves of Our. Wait, hold on.
You're going way
This
too deep.
is
This is like
too
the
much.
I'm sorry, I'm
stretches.
just
So hey,
scrolling
listen.
stuff.
So the
Just
goal
It's
is
like
hear this-
movies that
hear
mention
this
the
real
word
quick.
voodoo in them.
Right.
You know what I
Wait,
mean?
It's
They said
called
it once.
Owanga, right? This
Yeah.
film is called Owanga. There's no date on it, but they're using the like Reefer Madness artwork of it.
Sure.
And it says, "Strange loves of queer people, the love Wanga."
wow. I think that's that's actually a movie that's
More
sold in your
risque.
girlfriend's shop.
Oh, more risque than the stage version of White Cargo.
Not the stage version,
but the stage
Yowza.
version. Hold on, wait.
Yowza.
Hold on, wait. There's one more thing. Hold on. Meet Clary.
cats.
No, I can't read that. It's too-
No, you can't. All right. So wait. So your goal, Brian,
Yes.
is to get your movie on that
Top of the list.
10-5 list.
I think you
Why
got
not
it
number
easy.
one?
You got
You can do it.
You got a good shot.
You can
Serpent
do
in
it.
the Rainbow would be hard to beat.
Yeah, that'd be.
When Homegirl
Weekend at
picked the
Bernie's
glass-
too. Apparently, he's been beat by all of them.
Dude, check
so
this one out.
You'll
19
at least beat that.
Check this one out real quick. 1969, The Oblong Box. Edgar Allan Poe's classic Tale of the Living Dead, starring Vincent Price and Christopher Lee.
I dated a girl with
that's
an
cool.
oblong
The
box.
Oblong
He's
Box.
a great actor.
You dated a
Christopher
girl with
Lee
the
was good,
Oblong
actually,
Box?
yeah.
So hey Brian, thanks you for going through that list of voodoos.
That was good fun.
That was good fun, and thank you, Brian, for telling us a little bit about your life.
Oh, yeah.
We're gonna come back with what, Brian Wild?
Chef Josh Santiago. We're going to eat some
Yeah.
dinner. We're going to talk to Josh, right?
Let's do it, Branzino.
We'll be right back. Dorks and Forks.
I'm made of a million men. I'm both all and none of them.
1,000 years ago.
Like,
It's a
dude,
burning
so long.
bush.
Yeah, it's my
Spoke to
waspy
me.
aunt from New England, Matilda.
It's a good story. I wish it was true.
But she looks like a waspy ant.
I think the best storage you've found.
How can you say waspy and I can't say shithole? I think Chef is ready, Bo Ryan. We're gonna bring in some food. Chef Josh, whenever you're ready, sir. We are ready for you.
Ready for the big reveal?
Come on down with that beautiful
So
Branzino.
Chef-
Here he comes.
It's Bronzino.
Here he comes.
Oh man.
Bronzinos.
Holy cow.
Nice.
A little play in a puttanesca. So there's tomatoes, olives, peppers.
Get into that
all this
microphone,
stuff.
please, Josh.
There's some oh yeah.
Yeah, get in that mic, bro. Yeah, describe it again, but slower in like a sexy voice.
We have Bronzino from Sanson's on the corner. We have vegetables from Ellesmere. Thank you. Smyrna, even better.
Smyrna.
And just fresh summer flavors to go with the beer that you paired. Narragansett is great because... Wait, no, that's what I'm drinking.
No, you're drinking the Narragansett
yeah.
we've paired.
Super
Yes.
cluster.
Yeah.
The
Well, are you
Lagunitas
done?
Super Cluster.
You can't be done describing that. Were you finished?
My
describing
mic
that?
is crooked. But
So she said.
Bronzino is the tar spice like we were talking about earlier. I love it because it's a hybrid of Mediterranean European. And I'm half Portuguese, half Puerto Rican, so I know all about these flavors secondhand. I didn't know that they were Indian. I grew up knowing them as Portuguese because my ancestors passed them down to me. So now as a chef, I've been doing this for 16 years. It's great to try to work all these little lessons that I've learned along the way onto my menus and onto my specials and onto being here with you guys. So za'atar crusted, crispy skin Bronzino, some roasted potatoes, cooked in a lot of butter, so I hope your cholesterol's good. And then local vegetables, keep it crisp and fresh and summery and light. And you guys are gonna love it. I'm gonna love watching you guys eat.
And you know, you made
Olives
this
are
for you work at Grain. You're a chef at Grain.
Yeah, I made this as a special at Grain, and I went to taste it. The za'atar spice is great. Like I said, it's sumac, sesame, and thyme. And I went to taste the crispy skin off of the fish, and I had an allergic reaction immediately.
Oh my God.
I've known for years that I'm allergic to shellfish, but I didn't know I was allergic to all fish. Like
Right.
I had salmon before. Sometimes I'll get like a scratchy throat-ish, but I tasted this, and underneath my beard, my skin started to swell out. I looked like Will Smith.
Yowza.
And then, what's that movie? Click.
Oh, yeah. Hitch?
Hitch.
Yeah, Hitch,
Hitch.
yeah.
Yeah. Click's
But
a horrible
it was
movie with Adam
terrible.
Sandler.
It was terrible. I went to, we're like 2 blocks away from our urgent care place.
Thank the Lord.
And the nurse was like, show me your hip. And she had a big ass needle. And I showed her my hip. I lifted my chef coat up. And she was like, no, your whole hip. And I was like, the booty hip? I showed her the booty hip, and I got the shot.
Jeez.
And
And you were okay.
Now you can never eat a Branzino.
So it's any
Thank you for risking your life for this
any
meal.
histamine
it's
in a
the
fish.
histamine that's
Yeah.
in the fish. Yeah,
That
depending on
get
how it's
you.
treated, or depending on how where it grows.
Yeah.
Perhaps if it's farm raised or fresh.
Sure.
Yeah, eat organic, guys. I don't, I've never been on the record saying that, but know where
You
your
are
stuff
now.
is coming from. The way that we got the vegetables from here,
Locally,
the way
yeah.
that we get the fish from here, right down the block.
Yeah.
I do that all the time.
Yeah, eat fresh, eat local.
That's right. Support your local communities. Support your local ecosystem. Honestly.
Because they're
Brian-
really like saying Stones. I mean, they pull it right out of the water,
Yeah.
and then they drive up and they open up shop, and
There it is.
It's out
they,
there.
they have it until they sell out.
Yeah.
When you came to see me at Grain, you had the what did I do? The pierogies. with
we did the
bratwurst?
pierogies.
Yeah.
It's delicious.
The scrapple bratwurst with some Powers Farm.
Yeah. Do you mind if we serve this up while you talk?
Absolutely,
All right.
hit that. I gotta not
Shout
hold
out.
my mic. But the eat local, the
Do we have a
sustain where you are. Here we are. Here's a wooden
It's your
spoon.
house.
That's all you need for anything in Italian cooking. Yeah. But I got the scrapple bratwurst from Powers Farm, Townsend. Love working with them. All my brunch menu features them with scrapple, sausage, bacon, sausage links, and eggs. And I try to use whatever else they have throughout the year to fill out my menu because
I'm going
It's
to cut this
important to
up
me.
while he talks.
I remember growing up, we used to do in the Portuguese culture, it's called the matancia.
Mm-hmm.
And it's when you go and you slaughter. Every 9 months, we'd go and we'd do a pig or a cow.
Mm-hmm.
So from a very early age, I had the respect for rather, what it was and how it
Yeah.
was done and how much went into it. And it's not just generic. It's authentic to me.
It smells so
Looks delicious.
amazing and looks so delicious. Again, for picture this, check us out on Instagram and Facebook at Dorks and Forks. And then also, of
How long
course,
have you been at Grange?
Chef
I've been
Santiago.
there for about a year.
And what a great restaurant, of course, locally here in Delaware and Newark on Main Street. And then they have another location,
The Summit Marina.
the Summit Marina. That's
Yep,
right.
And then in Kennett Square.
That's right.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and we all.
Where's the one at in Kent Square? I'm gonna be there tomorrow. I'm playing there tomorrow.
Yeah, State
Yeah.
Street. Isn't State Street the Main Street there?
I think so. Yeah, I forget. Yeah.
Yeah.
And we all use. Is your throat kind of stretchy, dude? Uh-oh.
Yeah, I might eat some potatoes.
Uh-oh.
There you go.
Be careful, man.
Yeah.
Be careful.
But,
We don't want anybody to
all
get
three
sick.
of our locations, we all use Powers Farm. Powers Farm out of Townsend, like I mentioned earlier, and it's great because we get to interact with them. We know what they have. We know how fresh it is.
Right.
And it's just having tasted it and having done it, I know it's better.
Yeah.
It's great.
That's huge. It's
Looks
huge.
amazing.
In addition to just supporting local people who are making a living. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying?
Yeah. All right. So what do you say, Brian? We take a quick break while we plate this up.
Why don't you tell them about the beer that we're pairing?
Okay, so we are pairing this with the Lagunitas Super Cluster Ale. It's a Citra hopped mega ale of intergalactic proportions, according to the Lagunitas website. It says, "You are here on a speck of dust, 3 tiny rocks from the source, at the edge of something much larger, in the middle of something else, and at the beginning of the end." It's a lot to wrap your head around, so take it in one gulp at a time. Life is uncertain. Lagunitas Super Ale Cluster. This is 8% ABV.
Cheers.
Again, a Citra hopped mega ale. It's
cheers,
it's
I'm
pale,
so glad you guys
cold.
paired this with what I made.
Yeah, alcoholic and bitter. I think
Citrus
it,
goes with it perfectly.
yeah, citrus flavor would totally go with that perfectly.
Yeah, definitely.
So let's dig in here and see what we got. I'm really excited. Joe's going for the first bite here. It looks like. Oh, Brian cut me a nice
Joe got the
piece
headpiece.
from the tail. Joe's got the nice top. Joe, what are your initial reactions?
Hold on, let me get a little bit.
All right.
What I want to know is the Zatar. Does it remind you of anything? How does it make you feel? Is it exciting? Is it pedestrian? What do you think about the Zatar person?
The Zatars. All right, let me actually dig in here. This looks so good. Oh
Because
my
it's a huge trend right now, and I love it. And I love all the flavors that it's made up of. But what do you think? Good stuff?
Yeah,
Yeah, that's tasty.
very
It's like got a little like sweetness to it.
Sweet?
You know?
bright,
Yeah.
A little bit
What
of,
is that sweetness that
acidic.
we're tasting?
That's the sumac.
The
The
sumac.
sumac is like, it's too sweet to be.
Get a little bit more into your
sour.
microphone, please, Josh. Get closer to your mic, man. Sorry, man.
Yeah, I'm leaning back, relaxing. The
As
sumac,
you should. You worked hard on this delicious meal.
the sumac. You guys are tasting sweet. The sumac is sweet. I would definitely consider it sweet, but I would also compare it to something like shiso.
Okay.
You guys are familiar with shiso? It's sort of like mint, but way more acidic and tangy.
Mm-hmm.
But it's a tangy sweet. It's great. It's like it's like a natural Sour Patch Kid.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It's good because it's not too like overpowering. It's like just it's nice.
Subtle.
Yeah.
You get the earthy, woody notes from the sesame in there too, and then the earth from the thyme that's in there as well. And nobody knows what I add to it. I don't even remember what I add to it.
Well, whatever you added, it's absolutely delicious. Now, obviously, this fish being served whole has a bone or two here and there, so the consumer needs to be mindful of that. But if you're delicate enough, you can probably just pull that fish apart.
You've done some
And just
table-side
pull it
service,
right
haven't you?
away. That's right. I've had my fair share of some table side service in my life for sure. You just
Oh, there's a cat on the table.
There's
it's totally kosher,
There's
totally,
I smell fish.
totally
The boys think he's freaking
nothing
out.
wrong health code wise with this. Josh, this is the skin has such a great texture to it and a perfect because it's not overly crispy and it's not flimsy, obviously, but and the flavor, the flavor of the za'atar on there is just amazing. Beautiful white fish, branzino.
I love it.
Then we paired it with these great just pan fried tomatoes, a little olives, some tomatoes, some lemons.
Everything bright.
It's a
been hot week here
puttanesca.
in Delaware.
Puttanesca.
Puttanesca.
I love ladies of the night. Puttanesca is like a whore's food, right? So it's an Italian term.
Traditionally, yeah. So there's
It's
lots
delicious.
of different stories about what puttanesca is. But the one I've always retold, because I've been told like 4 or 5 different stories, but it was the cheapest stuff that you had in the garden to feed the whores at the whorehouse.
Right. But isn't that like that always the best food sometimes? Like that peasant food, that lower.
And like we've been talking about all night about
means,
Portuguese culture,
you know?
it is all about the peasant food. Like
Yeah.
every Sunday, I'll throw some greens, either kale, collards, or
collard
escarole
greens.
in a pot, and I'll throw some pork in there, either some sausage or like leftover pork chops.
Yeah.
And then pasta and beans.
Oh
Pasta
wow!
fazool with some greens and
Yeah.
beans. I do that every Sunday. It's just a
Wow!
stew.
All right,
just
I'll be there on Sunday,
Yeah. That's some after church food.
brother. This is so delicious.
Yeah, you know what
So amazing.
bronzino, sure, you have to work through the fish, but it's a rustic way of eating, which is very
It's beautiful.
nice.
So I
And,
served it
It's
whole.
beautiful. That's I think the best way to solve it. And then you have these great flavors with the za'atar and this white fish, and you pair them with the super cluster and the citrus and the acidity there. Just it's so nice. It's very complimentary.
Yeah.
Great pairing.
When I was talking to Josh, you know, I was like, "What should I do wine with this tonight?" You know, and he was like, "Oh, give us something like fresh and summery." And I was like, "Dude, I'm not even gonna go wine. I'm gonna go beer." And I found this Lagunitas Super Cluster Ale. Thank you so much. So the
That's great.
puttanesca history: spaghetti alla puttanesca, pronounced spaghetti alla puttanesca. Spaghetti in the style of a prostitute in Italian.
Wow.
Is an Italian pastry pasta dish invented in Naples in the mid 20th century. Its ingredients typically include tomatoes, olive oil, anchovies, olives, capers, and garlic. So real briny stuff.
Yeah.
Because, you know, those prostitutes, they're swallowing briny loads all day.
Oh, there we go.
So I make
Jeez.
dinner any day.
I was gonna relate it to like, oh, it's a Mediterranean place. They're on the water. It's the flavors that they have at their disposal.
No, I should have went that route.
Jeez.
I should have went that route.
And there was Sandy Crutch.
Yeah. Hey, you have some events coming on over at Green, right? Some
yeah.
that like
The Best of Delaware is coming up.
yeah.
Best of Delaware is coming up on 8/8/19. Can't wait for that. I've been a part of that before. You can buy tickets. You can find those online. But Best of Delaware is just like everybody who's won for the Best of Delaware magazine, Best of Delaware, comes together and sort of celebrates together. And a lot of us will offer things that we have at our restaurants to just let everybody know what else is going on. And it's great. I've done it before. It's at the Chase Center on the riverfront. People get dressed up.
It's a beautiful event. I've seen you there before.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful event, and the restaurants that have the opportunity to exhibit there and showcase their wonderful food are just put in front of probably the creme de la creme
Seriously.
of people in the Mid Atlantic region to be able to really enjoy and savor and appreciate the best of
favorite
Delaware
part
and
of
the best that the state has to offer.
When there's all of us from all over the state, it's great because we don't often get to mingle with people downstate, and they often don't get to see some of my stuff. But it's going to be fun.
That's great.
Now you have an event on Main Street that benefits.
The Academy Dinner, we're doing a fundraiser for the first responders, so EMTs, nurses, cops, firefighters, paramedics, all that stuff. It's $125 a ticket, but we're going to be on there with the best restaurants in Newark. We all know the famous names that come out of Newark, and they're all going to be there. They all beat Bobby Flay, and
Oh yeah.
I don't even know if I can say his name, but yeah, he's going to be there. I'm going to be there. Some of the Platinum Dining Group people are going to be there. Grottos is even going to be there. I don't know how much we love
Grottos, yeah?
It's some of the best in town. So it's going to be 14 of us, and we're presenting 7 courses. I'm doing the fish course.
And rightfully so.
That makes sense.
I'm gonna do. I'm going South American. We're gonna do Chilean sea bass, and I'm gonna serve it with chimichurri, which is just herbs, garlic, oil, and I had this idea to make South American gnocchi.
Ooh, explain that.
First, I was going to do consider gnocchi, and it's just potatoes, flour, a little bit of egg, made into little dumplings. Potatoes are such a generic. Well, I love potatoes, but they're generic. They're done a lot, and they're not done very differently. So I wanted to do a variation on that. I decided to do sweet plantain gnocchi. So I'll take some sweet plantains,
Oh yeah.
mash those up,
sounds
kind of
delicious.
like a Puerto Rican or Dominican mofongo.
Yeah. Oh man.
I love
Mash
dude.
mofongo.
Now you're talking
Stabilize
my
them
language
with
here.
some flour and eggs, and make little gnocchi dumplings out of those.
Wow.
That's gonna be cool.
That's great. So we can find out more information about that on the Grain website. Is
Check it out.
grainkitchen.com?
no,
'Cause
it's,
the events
Meat
are
at
coming up
Grain.
pretty-
Oh yeah, July
pretty-
25th.
Yeah, July 25th.
Yeah.
That's hyper like soon. For
We need
us
to get
it's,
this out.
it's in 2 days
Oh boy,
for when we're
So we
recording
need to
this.
drop this tomorrow.
Yeah. So wait, what's the website again?
It's meatatgrain.com.
Meat, not
Grain.
meat, like meat there, MEET,
Yeah.
at grain.
Meatatgrain.com, and all the information is on there. You can see it on my daily specials. I post pictures every morning when I come up with them, just to get you guys interested. We're on Facebook, of course. I'm on Instagram, MV, as in Merrimack Valley. Lawrence, how you doing? Represents where I'm from, Lawrence, Massachusetts. Merrimack Valley, MV, Chef Joshua at gmail.com.
And we'll make sure we tag you in all of our photos too, and
absolutely,
everybody
yeah.
can just click on there to make
And
sure they follow you.
visit. I'm always posting fun stuff.
Yeah, some great pictures on there. I was actually looking earlier. It's delicious. Joe's going for seconds.
Well, you know, Joe is the vegetarian, so he's the one who really pushed this
Wow.
to be fish.
Wow, that's awesome.
That's what I like to see. This is great.
Chef, thank you so much. This is so delicious.
No problem,
Brian, what
Chef
do you
Josh,
say?
man, thank you so much, man.
No
Like,
problem.
Yeah, this is delicious.
delicious. Thank you so
Yeah,
much.
amazing. Hey, what do you say we take a quick break? We finish this delicious meal. We give Chef Josh a back massage or something to
I
thank
gotta
him
change my
properly.
shoes.
And then maybe Joe Castro will send us another MP4 of a different song. We'll play it in between
We'll
this
play it
break.
now, and then when we come back, we'll do nerd
So that's
news.
2 songs, bro.
When we come back, we'll do nerd news and a performance from Joe.
Yeah, that sounds great.
And I am certified in massage. I'll hook you up.
Oh,
I got
there it is.
You're a massage therapist?
I'm certified.
All right.
You're certified in something. May or may not be massage therapy.
Right. So hang in there. Yeah, we'll be right back. Here's another one from Joe Castro's
Epic repertoire.
Something, sometimes.
Something from sometime.
We'll see you soon. I mean, we'll be right back. Dorks to Dorks.
Take the car out tonight. Meet me by the old playground. Make 2 lefts and then a right.
All right. Are you sure?
All right, so hey Dan, why don't you go ahead and start news? I'm gonna go take pictures of Chef Josh.
All right, Brian, thank you. You're going to do that amazing photo shoot with Chef Josh. And obviously, don't forget to follow Brian and his photography at Brian Wild Photography on the Facebooks and Instagrams, correct?
Yeah, well, Brian Wild photo and video.
I've got to change it.
Brian Wild,
Really,
hashtag be wild.
It was really kind of long.
Be wild, stay wild.
Be wild.
I don't want to know. All right, so Brian's going to take those pictures with his chef and the amazing food. Again, thank you to Chef Josh Santiago. You can follow him on Instagram at MVChefSantiago. Brian, other Brian, and Joe, it's time for Nerd News. Nerd News. Nerd News. I don't know. So... in our world, oh gosh, what just happened? In our world, in this time frame, whenever this is going to be released, San Diego Comic-Con just happened, which is obviously the largest con that there is out there, convention.
Biggest con job out there.
In more ways than one.
Is that wrong to say?
No, in more ways than one, honestly. So one of a few, amazing announcements that came out of that. A lot of great trailers that we've seen online in the past few days. I just want to hit on and touch upon a few things that they talked about. Some the things that are most exciting to me personally, and I want to see what you guys have to say. But we'll start with Marvel. Obviously, hosted a great panel discussion and event. Out in San Diego Comic-Con, and they announced their Phase 4, coming off of Avengers Endgame, which is the last one that just came out, which just, by the way, surpassed Avatar as the highest grossing movie of all time. Yeah, way to go. Congratulations. Highest grossing movie domestically at a $2.7902 billion. Wow. Beating out Avatar at 2.789.
They got me 3 times.
You saw Endgame 3 times. Did you see the most recent incarnation where it was no different except for the extra scene?
Yeah, I was disappointed. But
everybody was.
Yeah, I still just went and saw it because it's still a great movie.
Yeah, no, it was brilliant. Joe, I hear that you're such a fan of the Marvel movies.
I didn't see it.
Brian, we can hear you, by the way, on the recording. It's all right.
I heard it was good. I heard it was long. Everyone just kept talking about how long it was.
It was a very long.
It was good, and I was like 3 hours or something.
Yeah, it was long, but worth it. I thought it was worth it. So, coming off of that movie, they're announcing their next phase of Marvel movies, the next step over the next 2 years. Their announcements take us through the end of 2021.
What do they got?
So, coming up first, and without spoilers of Endgame, too much, so we'll be mindful of that. Black Widow, Scarlett Johansson's solo film, finally as the character Black Widow. It kicks off Phase 4 in May of 2020, and apparently it was originally thought that this was going to take place prior to where we've seen her, her first iteration in Iron Man 2. She was
in 2, yeah.
When we first met Natasha Romanoff. This takes place not prior to that, not whatever happened with her and Hawkeye in Budapest,
right?
But actually during that gap that we miss in Avengers Endgame, and we'll see kind of those.
What's that? That's like Civil War.
So
Infinity War-ish, something like that.
Yeah, it's whatever that. What is it? 5 years that we saw between the snapping and where we ended up.
Right.
So we'll see what happens. But also starring in this movie is everybody's favorite police chief from Indiana, David Harbour from Stranger Things.
I was thinking Hightower all of a sudden. That's the first thing.
Oh man, Police Academy. Police Academy?
Yeah, I don't know why that just popped in my head.
I've seen every one of those damn movies.
I did watch Stranger Things though.
So David Harbour's in this movie, as well as everybody's crush from the early 2000s, mid 2000s action movies, Rachel Weisz.
Yes,
Rachel Weisz. We'll see what happens with that. I'm going to keep blasting through this. Kicking off the new Disney Plus subscription series that Marvel obviously is owned by Disney will be a new series that's 6 episodes. The Falcon and the Winter Soldier, starring, of course, the people that are the Falcon and the Winter Soldier, Anthony Mackie and Sebastian Stan.
What's that? Is that an Avengers thing?
It's an Avengers thing. So they're
I'm hearing like Falcon and the Snowman.
Yeah. Well, hey, whoa, wow!
I'm like, wait,
great.
what?
Wow.
What?
There might be a name
They're
for
doing
it.
a BJ and the Bear
BJ and the
remake.
Bear. Good God. We'll just do a Grizzly
Sorry.
Adams somewhere.
That'd be awesome as well.
It'll be awesome. So that'll happen, and great things are happening within that show, like the return of Baron Zemo, who we saw in some of the other Avengers movie, but this time donning his signature purple mask as seen in the comics. Coming up after that is a big announcement: the Eternals, which is a larger scale, cosmic type movie, celestial heavens type movie from Marvel that deals with a lot of crazy things, but starring an amazing cast. Joe Castro, are you ready for this?
Yeah.
Angelina Jolie.
Nice.
Finally joining the Marvel universe. My favorite, my crush, Salma Hayek.
Oh, I'm with you on that one.
Oh, man.
She's a good actress.
Richard Madden, whoever that is will be playing Icarus. I've seen him in things I can't think of what.
Didn't say Game of Thrones or something like that.
Oh, that's right. He's Rob Stark. Yeah, stupid me. I can't believe,
I've never
I just
watched the
lost
show.
all nerd cred right now. I wasn't even thinking about
Man, you're
it.
down on my level.
No, I
almost.
wrote down the information. All right, wait, let's rewind. Brian, clean edit right here. So also in the show, awesomely enough, if we haven't seen him on for a long time, and I didn't even realize it honestly until just now, Rob Stark himself, Richard Madden, will also be joining the Eternals
Again, I'm
movie.
hearing Ricardo Montalban.
Ricardo
I'm like,
Montalban. You know, it's so funny you said that. I was just watching the old SCTV clips of Dave Thomas to Ricardo Montalban.
That's awesome.
The Ricardo Montalban acting school.
Yeah.
Anyway, so also from Silicon Valley, Kumail Nanjiani, and obviously the Eternals, talks about godlike space entities based on Greek myth. So we'll see how they play into the Marvel universe and what strings they're pulling. What do you think about that, Brian?
I'm just not too familiar with them.
It's kind of obscure. It came out in the 70s when Jack Kirby was doing some different things than what he had done previously.
Yeah, that's like his passion project or something like that. Right?
Yeah, but honestly, what happens with the Eternals and the Celestials and yada yada yada. It is a big things for the Marvel Universe overall. So that happens on November 6th. I'm going to fly through a bunch of these real quick so we can talk about a couple of bigger things. Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings. Shang-Chi is outside of that horrible thing that was Iron Fist on Netflix.
I never watched that.
He was the first, a martial arts superhero to come to the big screen for Marvel. The Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings is the name of the movie. And Mandarin, the Mandarin is expected to be the villain there, obviously with the Ten Rings in the name of the title. And we're not talking about the Ben Kingsley version, the failed actor version of him. If you saw the short Hail to the King on the Thor: The Dark World DVD, there was this little trailer that showed you the real Mandarin, and hopefully he's going to play some
I'm
craziness.
a little excited for that one.
Yeah,
just because it's different.
Totally
It's gonna be way
different.
different than what they had.
Going into kind of that Asian, inspired lore and whatnot. It's probably going to be visually stunning. And speaking of visually stunning things to come out of the Marvel Studios, Doctor Strange into the multiverse, or in the multiverse of madness, is next out of them in May of 2021. And Scarlet Witch, who is one of the Avengers, of course, that we first met in Age of Ultron, is going to play a big role into this. And apparently whatever happens in this movie plays into the next thing that's going to come out on the Disney Plus, which is WandaVision, the Scarlet Witch and Vision show. Joe looks so lost right now.
It all sounds exciting. I'm like, man,
It's brilliant.
This sounds great.
It's brilliant.
You sign me up.
It's brilliant. It's brilliant. So that'll happen. And in that WandaVision show on Disney Plus, actually, an actress named Tiana Paris is going to play a grown-up version of Monica Rambeau, who we met in the Captain Marvel movie as a young girl and the daughter of Captain Marvel's partner, her dogfighting partner, her Top Gun partner, best friend, questionable
Did you see
lover.
that? Speaking of, did you see that final Rambo trailer?
Top Gun? Or
No,
Rambo?
the Rambo.
There's a new Rambo.
What's it called?
4.
Like Last Blood or something?
Yeah,
like
yeah,
that?
Last Blood. Dude, that looks crazy.
I watched. I can't figure out who the bad guy is in this.
They're
one.
all the
Just
bad
like
guy.
there's like a bunch of people. Just like they're all been coming.
They're all the
from
bad guy. And we were talking about
everybody's the bad guy.
We were talking about this earlier.
crazy for
Everything
no
old
Rambo.
is new again. We have a new Terminator. We have a new It. We have a new Rambo. We have all these other things, and then
Final blood.
and then
Last drop.
let the last.
I
Folgers.
got him. He's sucked dry.
And
Good to the last
that is a writing goal of mine to be able
To have a legacy like that.
No, not that. Just the Terminator. Like I want
yeah.
I want to write the Terminator. I want
So I honestly, we're in Marvel Phase 4
Sorry.
stuff, but we'll come back to that. But no, but while we're on the Terminator, the trailer for Terminator Dark Fate came out, which is the new Terminator movie. 3 big things in this movie. They star the cast from Terminator 2 Judgment Day. All of the cast. Arnold Schwarzenegger is a T-800, a series robot. Linda Hamilton is Sarah Connor. And Edward Furlong has been confirmed to come back
that's
as John Connor.
That's
Somebody's
Right?
excited.
Even Rocky is crazed out about that. John Connor is back.
That's awesome.
So you can check out the Terminator Dark Fate. It actually has a great premise with a couple different Terminators, kind of a mix of a T-800 and a T-2000, that liquid stuff. Check it out. Google the Terminator Dark Fate trailer. It's going to be awesome. Going back to the world of Marvel, WandaVision leads into a new show on Disney Plus starring Loki, and talks about that character, but not the one that obviously had something happen to him in a movie that I'm not giving spoilers away to, but a different version of him that happened in another movie that I'm not giving spoilers to.
can't say
Just in
anything.
case.
I'm really lost
Just
now.
in case. Well, speaking of being lost, that's actually a perfect segue for what's coming next, which is the What If series for Marvel, which talks about some crazy worlds, like what if Captain America was a zombie, or what if Professor X was a woman, or something crazy like that. And within that series is going to be it's a cartoon. It's animated, first of all, but it has the voices of all the original cast from
that Disney,
the
the new
live
Disney
action.
channel?
So that's that new
Yeah.
Disney thing. So that's happening, and within that, Jeffrey Wright, of course, from Westworld and the newer James Bond movies, will be the voice of the Watcher, who we saw in a Stan Lee cameo.
Why do I only think of him as Peoples from Shaft?
Oh, wow! Good call.
That's the only place I remember him from. And he played Martin Luther King.
Martin
too.
Luther King, yeah. He's a brilliant actor.
Yeah.
So coming out of that, then they're going to have a series about Hawkeye that nobody's going to care about. And then here's big news in Marvel is the next thing in November of 2021, kind of rounding out the Phase 4 series before they push forward with a couple other things, is Thor, Love, and Thunder, the 4th installment of the Thor movies, which the director of the previous one, Tahiti Waititi, I can never say his name, but he's brilliant. Taika Waititi, I love you. You're amazing. You're brilliant. I just saw the thing that you did as Hitler. Check that out. We'll link it in the comments below.
Which one was that?
Dude, check it out. He's like the imaginary friend of some little girl, but it's Hitler.
God.
Cool.
But anyway, so Thor: Love and Thunder, and the big thing about that is Natalie Portman is back as Jane Foster, officially signed on, and she's going to end up being female Thor.
She-Thor.
Thor?
How does that work?
Well, she
it doesn't.
is deemed worthy of holding Mjolnir. No, it's a very successful run in the Marvel comics. We'll see what happens.
I
Tessa Thompson.
don't know what's going on, so I'm trying to.
No, it's okay. Tessa Thompson coming back as Valkyrie, and we'll be seeking as the new king of Asgard. We'll be seeking her queen. So now that's Marvel. Other things are happening. It's great. Also, Blade is coming forward with them.
Yes.
Oh, that's the Wesley
which-
Snipes news, right?
Well,
What's his
that
name?
was
Who's playing? Who's
not Wesley Snipes.
I
Did you
saw
ever
this
watch
new-
that
I
stuff
saw
with
this
Wesley
news, though.
Snipes, like how he behaved behind the scenes of that movie?
Oh, the last one?
The Blade movie.
Yeah,
Yeah, he kind of like
He was kinda-
ruined it for himself.
Yeah.
it was
what's his name? They got doing it now. He's
Mahershala Ali.
Yeah.
good. He's
Two-time
a good-
Oscar-winning
a good
actor,
actor.
Mahershala Ali.
I feel like that might be a bad career move for him.
Well, no, but he's also already in the Marvel universe. Before he was awarded the Academy Award twice for Best Supporting Actor. He was also on the Luke Cage series on Netflix as like the main villain that year. Cornell Stokes.
Everyone will benefit from that because he'll bring his audience that watched Moonlight and
Right.
I forgot the other film, but
Green Hook.
He'll bring
Yeah.
them in, and he'll have a whole bunch of people wanting to
He
watch
was
it
on that.
because
What's
it's
that
new.
Netflix show he was on too?
Besides Luke Cage, there was another one.
The one of the politics one with Kevin Spacey.
Yes,
He was real good in that.
House of Cards.
Yeah, House of Cards.
House of Cards,
He was,
yep.
he was good in that. too.
Brilliant in
Did,
that.
did you hear they dropped the case on Kevin Spacey?
I
Yeah,
did
think
hear
knew
that.
Yeah.
Like they just dropped it. Okay, we won't go near it.
Also coming out in Marvel with that Phase 4 is Captain Marvel 2, Black Panther 2, Guardians 3, and in development, officially confirmed, Fantastic Four and X-Men projects now that they have officially acquired Fox.
Together? Because that's the only way
Not
a
together.
Fantastic
Not
Four film is
together.
going to work is
Not-
together with X-Men.
Not together. Not together.
Because has there been one successful Fantastic Four film?
Maybe the first one slightly from a domestic box
no.
office. I don't know. I
No,
don't know. I'll look it up.
that cartoon was good.
It
in
just
the
doesn't
70s.
translate.
That cartoon was good in the 70s.
It was great.
There's
it
also
doesn't
a great-
translate well to film.
There's a great documentary about the failed attempt at the Fantastic Four movie in the 90s. You guys should check that out. Just Google Fantastic Four documentary. You'll
I just
figure it out.
think the Fantastic Four hasn't been taken serious. Like I
You
think,
can't.
I think
But
it's
that's
one
when
of
they
them-
thought comic movies were supposed to be comic, quote unquote
Yeah.
comic.
Yeah, they
they're
didn't
not-
take it serious.
Yeah, not a comedy. Like it could be grounded in reality, like Christopher Nolan did
Or-
with
those
the
are good-
Batman
those
movies.
are
Or
good
so,
books.
like, you know, for example, like Mike Allred, the illustrator, did iZombie. Like,
Yes.
so he was writing Fantastic Four or drawing Fantastic Four
Yeah.
there for a while. So maybe if you went in and kind of what Batman does,
Right.
you gear it towards a certain line that was successful that sold as a comic book,
Right.
as opposed to just trying to create this Fantastic Four thing.
Right,
You know what I mean?
right.
But who knows what they're doing this time?
But now that I think Marvel has control over it, they know what they're doing, and it can play into the larger galaxy universe, whatever their macrocosm they're doing.
And it'll make a ton of money just because Marvel has it now.
Right.
The curiosity is going to build 100 million on its own.
Yeah. Yeah. And they made a promise though. Like if when they're gonna present it, they're gonna present it right in the best way possible.
Didn't they also announce what Keanu Reeves, how they're going to introduce Keanu into the Marvel universe? I know there was a lot of people saying, "How do we bring Keanu Reeves into the Marvel universe?"
As himself?
Oh,
I don't
Yeah,
get it.
I don't know.
Like, what?
Can you imagine? He's like
Totally
this timeless,
shows up, like-
ageless person.
I cannot confirm any of that on my end of the spectrum. In my wells,
Maybe it was
things.
some headline I read on Facebook somewhere.
plausibly. So
Clickbait.
other big news, the real quick that we want to get to, of course, is the trailer for Star Trek Picard, the new series
Yeah, a series.
for Star Trek on
HBO?
CBS.
CBS. CW?
CBS All Access. No, CBS All
It's like a
Access,
young-
where the home
young-
of Star. No.
young
Oh,
Picard?
the new
Old.
Twilight Zone is?
Now the new Twilight Zone is where
no,
Star
they
Trek
went
Discovery
Picard and
is.
Twilight Zone?
Retired Picard.
Yes, no, actually, Joe, you're right. It
Really?
is. It is retired Picard. It's Picard now, quote unquote now. No, seriously, Data's coming back. Like it's confirmed. Like he's in the trailer.
yeah?
Data
Oh
is
yeah,
there.
he came back at like a sex doll. Like
Yeah,
they
no,
open him up,
what?
and there's like
Brian.
this, like there's
No,
this broken down sex
Brian.
doll of Data.
I mean, yes.
Or do you
that
say Data or
is
Data? It's
His name
Data,
is
right?
Data.
Even though
Data,
properly it
just
was
The sex
No,
toy versus
and
that.
the only reason his name is Data is because of Patrick Stewart. That's how Patrick Stewart read it and said it, and that's what everybody took as Bible.
no, I get it.
Yeah.
Gospel.
Right, gospel. So that's coming out. Look, a lot of people coming back. Also in the trailer is from Star Trek Voyager.
How much do you think he's getting paid?
Jerry Ryan 7
Wait, how much do you have to pay for this CW premium? CBS premium.
Same as Netflix,
Everything.
same
Like
as
10
Hulu. Same
Did
as
you hear
Netflix and
Netflix? It was like the first month that they actually lost subscribers and gained
Hulu. You know why?
Yeah.
You know why?
because
Marvel
Disney went away.
Friends.
Friends,
Because they're
and
losing
Office.
friends.
I heard The Office.
Plausibly.
Oh wait, is it also because Disney is starting their
I'm
own?
sure that's going
Yes,
And they
Disney
pulled
Plus,
all
which
their,
we were-
that's why all the
Yep, which
comic
we were
book
just
movies.
talking
That's why the
about.
comic.
Yep.
Oh, I missed that part. I was shooting Josh.
No, yeah. I can't wait to see those.
Oh, you were
pictures.
busy.
be
It's
cool.
I know you were busy.
No, and that Disney Plus.
I had something
I'm
to
not.
do during that
You know what? I'm up in
Disney's-
the air about
and
it.
supposedly they're like only going to charge like $8 or something.
I don't.
Yeah,
right.
it's
It
one of the
undercuts
same,
everyone.
Yeah.
same cost as CBS All Access, though. Honestly.
Oh yeah,
The same cost.
dude, Disney's going to own everything. Them and Amazon.
You're not wrong. So yeah, the Star Trek Picard. Check out that trailer. It's amazing. Again, we'll link it in the comments. We're going to see some old friends, familiar faces, dealing with some ramifications of things we've seen in other Star Trek properties. And then the other big news for me coming up at the end of August. One of my childhood favorites, The Dark Crystal, Age of Resistance, a prequel series, 10-episode prequel series on Netflix, with some voice talent that's out of this world. Taron Egerton, Natalie Emmanuel, who was Missandei on Game of Thrones. A lot of Game of Thrones folks in here, actually.
Oh,
Natalie
so it's going to be
Dormer,
a whole
Lena
film
Headley.
of whispering.
That's all. Everybody's gonna whisper.
Who's playing the woman that pulls the eyeball out of her head all the time?
Where
her
is
name?
it?
That's I remember the
Gelfling? Looks
yeah,
like
yeah,
Gelfling.
yes, yes.
Smells like
Sigourney
Gelfling.
Weaver
Oh,
is the
really?
myth speaker.
oh, that must be her.
That's a dark movie.
Harvey Firestein.
Oh, Harvey's in it.
Andy Samberg, Benedict
where's my
Wong,
mother?
Jason Isaacs, Ike Wafina, Simon Pegg.
When does that start?
Simon Pegg,
August
yeah, it's got everybody.
30th. August 30th. Yeah, amazing cast there, and it's going back to the original type of
It's like a
puppetry,
prequel, like
and-
not so dark Crystal.
right. Yeah. Well, why is the Dark Crystal dark? How did we get there in the first place?
Sure.
So
Yeah.
they don't say the exact timeline before, but
Yeah.
it's close.
So like one of my early childhood homes, I moved out when I was 8, but my parents were like doing renovation near the and then but then moved into when I was growing up that house, but. So before we moved out of the first house, my dad was doing all this renovation, right? And there was this hole in the side of the toilet in the bathroom, right? Hold on, just wait. So, and I was like 6, 7 years old, and this is the shit that the Dark Crystal does to you. And in that hole, you saw like the exposed plumbing. I don't know what my dad was doing, fixing the tub or doing something, but I had this nightmare. Right? As a kid, 6, 7 years old, I remember to this day that one of those hermit crab creatures from Dark Crystal came out of that fucking hole and ate me.
Skeksis, that what
At
they're
like
called?
6, 7 years
not
old.
one of those.
No,
There's-
one of like
there's
the
an
guards.
actual-
The
yeah,
guards
yeah.
that like they look like black hermit crabs. They're like
wait, is that Labyrinth?
No, that's Dark Crystal, dude. Remember the Skeksis guards?
Yes.
Right. So one of those came out, ate me, and when I woke up in my bed, I was like, oh my god, I'm in the belly of this thing, but I was just under my blanket.
Wow.
Dude, 6 years old, man. Yeah, the Dark Crystal fucked you up as a kid.
Yeah, that was
And the rest was history.
You moved out when you were 8. And I was like, you didn't move out when you
On your own when you were 8?
No. We moved out like one of my
He was working.
nothing but a pack. Nothing but a
like one of
pack
my
on my
early
back.
childhood
Had
heroes.
2 full-time jobs.
Join the carnival.
So, dude, can we up next, Joe Castro?
Yeah. It's Dark Crystal. Check it out, Joe Castro, man. Let's
Check it out.
Let's do it.
Let's check it out, man. Let's see what you got, brother.
Okay, we're gonna take a quick break. We'll play a third song from Joe. Early stuff. No, he's like, dude, I'm charging you
Let's
rules
hope
for
so.
this.
Yeah. ASCAP.
One of those.
Thank you.
Boom.
So we'll be right back.
I can take more suffocating voice from memories. No chases ghost away from this room she never leaves. But it's not her home, it's part museum and part shrine. A roadblock is all he left behind. But everybody tells her that you gotta move on. Everybody tells her that you gotta move on. Sun-faded photographs of golden summer days and boxes of letters from a devoted fiancé. Recall a time when nothing could bring her to her knees, and grief was only make-believe. But everybody tells her that you gotta move on. Everybody tells her that you gotta move on. But in her prime, she used to dance along the cracks of broken dreams. Dangerous, yet ever so serene. Objects of veneration honor all regrets. From that night in Riverside, she swears she caused the wreck. And like twin paper lanterns abandoned in the rain, her eyes never shine the same. But everybody tells her that you gotta move on. Everybody tells her that you gotta move on. Everybody tells her that you gotta move on. Everybody tells her that you gotta move on.
Dorks and Forks. Dorks and Forks. Dorks and Forks. Dorks and Forks.
Ladies and gentlemen, thanks so much for tuning in to the Dorks and Forks podcast. It's been great doing it again, and thank you so much to our guests tonight that we had on. We have Brian Smith, Chef Josh Santiago, and of course, playing us off right now, the mighty Joe Castro.
The other night I dozed off and I was watching television. I slipped into a rock and roll nocturnal mission, and my hips started moving with that primal drum beat pounding. I howl like a dog, harmonizing with that sound. When the Sandman starts swinging, there just ain't no stopping. Hey man, wake up man, you're rocking. Quiet sleep, walking more a musical possession like a marionette. No control of my obsession, started cutting up a rug, and that doghouse bass was thumping. All the cats they lost their mind, the entire joint was jumping. I put my ear on the stage, couldn't help my eavesdropping. Hey man, wake up man, you're rocking. Fresh out of prison, Leroy danced with Peggy Sue, screaming Jake whispered to me, I put a spell on you. I met Billy Lee Riley, he went on and on about rock and roll and flying saucers down in Area 51. Well, I stopped to catch my breath and cast my eyeball across the floor, saw Johnny Cash, Bo Diddley, and even Scotty Moore, Gene and Eddie dropped by. Janet Martin as well, she started singing Bang Bang. I went under her spell. Johnny Burnett's all alone in the corner shadow boxing. Hey man, wake up man, you're rocking. Well, the band was rocking, the entire floor was pumping, and alarm started ringing, everybody took off running. I woke from my trance, my sheets drenched in sweat. It was one of those dreams, man, you never forget. Now I can't stop moving when that alarm clock's tick-tocking. Hey man, wake up man, you're rocking.
Dorks and Forks is a Dingbat digital media production, hosted by Brian, Born to Be Wild, Dan, Don't Call Me Dave Sanchez, and produced, engineered, and edited by Brian, maybe I'm doing a bit too much wild. Our esteemed production assistant is Heather Russell's Not My Cousin brand. Our guests today were Brian Smith, Josh Santiago, and the mighty Joe Castro, not to be confused with the Big Ape. Our theme music was written and performed by RKVC. Remember to follow Dorks and Forks on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. We'll see you next time.